Hello, everybody, and welcome to our fourth School of Engineering event here for this spring semester. I'm Dieter. That's Toby. We will be having Valorant here in a second, but there were some technical difficulties with that. One of our players didn't show up, so we might have to forfeit a game. But it's a best of three, so that's no big deal. It is UNM versus the Colorado State University. Both of us are 2-3 in the Mountain West. Conference series. I don't know what
Conference. I would
conference.
guess with
Yeah, it's
conference.
conference in the spring series or whatever you want to call it. No idea who's first. I don't know who's. I don't even know what teams are all participating. But while we wait for that, we are on a 3 minute delay here. So if anyone has any questions in the chat, which you can drop in at any time about whatever, School of Engineering, UNM, college related, we can definitely answer them. But until at least 3 minutes happens, there's no chat.
Yeah. Which
So,
something I want to kind of encourage you guys to do. By the way, again, I am Toby. I am the School of Engineering recruiter. The biggest talking point I have for tonight, as compared to most nights, is that due to our own technical difficulties, and honestly, it's actually due to the governor's new scholarship award, which is really awesome, but caused a little bit of difficulties in the logistics on our end. Our financial aid packages are finally out, and your financial awards are finally official in your packages. So if you've been waiting for that information to drop, now's the time to start looking at it, because that information is now official. It is 100% set. That is, that those numbers will not change unless you add or subtract to them. Those numbers are 100%. So if you've been waiting for those to make a decision, now's the time to go ahead and start looking at those. So of course, if you guys have questions about any of that, I'd be happy to answer those as well.
I really can't help with those. Not that I never took financial aid or anything,
Yeah.
but it was always like, oh, okay, that's what they offered. Cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Accept.
Right.
um,
Piece of advice number one: when somebody offers you free money, take it.
yep. And also, I mean, the federal loans are almost always better than private loans. Typically,
Yes.
always do your research on
Mhm.
that. But typically, federal Pell Grants and whatever are good. Our producer is making hand signals.
Yeah, not
I
100%
I
sure.
don't know what that
I think it's
means.
about the lights. Um,
Yes, hi Ford. Uh, yes. Sure. And now we have our lovely assistant Ford for a second.
Sorry, guys. We technical difficulties of getting players up and running.
so for those of you guys who have been watching the last few matches that we have done, for starters, we've been doing Rocket League. We're no longer going to do Rocket League tonight. We're now going to do Valorant. Just change it up. And again, we have an actual match going tonight. We will be having an actual match going tonight once that gets started up. So we'll be able to see some more competitive stuff instead of the more scrimmage side of things. But two, for those of you guys who have again been watching and might have been hanging out and been like, I wonder what that dude Toby keeps referring to as the voice of God. Who is that?
That's me. I'm the guy that runs everything on the back end. Everything you see back here, uh, in front of you, I've made, and I'm the guy that reads chat to everyone else.
Yeah. So as you guys hear the questions come in, or as you guys put in questions, um, infamously from last week, there was is hot dog a sandwich? I think no, it was
It was
milk or cereal first,
yes,
which we got into the interesting conversation about why Kellogg's was invented. That was our friend Ford here, who was
relaying those messages.
yes. So, uh, Ford, what kind of engineer are you?
I am a computer engineer. Some of you may have seen me when we did the first stream. I was the guy playing Rocket League until we got a Rocket League team going um, for the scrimmages. But yeah, I'm a computer engineer. Just graduated last semester with my bachelor's and currently back for my master's, possibly PhD. That's still up for debate. Um,
And let's just start off with this one. What's the difference between a CE, a computer engineer, um, and a computer scientist?
So computer scientists mostly focus on more large-scale programming. So what you see people doing in like Silicon Valley, you see more of those people being CS majors than computer engineering. That's not to say that if you get a computer engineering degree, you won't be able to do that. It's more so that you're more prepared for that in the CS department. In the computer engineering department, you get hands-on with both coding and hardware. So, for myself, I'm a hardware-focused computer engineer, meaning I'm more interested in the Arduino's, um, using VHDL and lower-level programming of C and C++ in order to talk with hardware and get it working to what we want. But there is also the software track, and I don't know if they've merged it since
They
like
have merged it. Yeah, it's now one track.
yeah. So there was two tracks when I was there, but now it's one. So you'll get hands-on on both what some CS people do and also what electrical engineering do. So you get the best of both worlds, really, in my opinion. You get an idea of how the hardware works, but also you know how to program it as well. Um, Very fun classes. Some people don't like programming assembly code. I found it a lot of fun though.
Well, and I think part of the reason they merged it is we already have an EE degree. So if you wanted to do pure hardware, just get an EE degree, right? Um, so that was I think that was part of their thinking there. But so what do you? I always tell students, kind of figure out your degree based off of what problems you want to solve. What kind of problems do you want to solve?
So I didn't know when I first got to my engineering degree, which is kind of goes against what you were saying. But when I was at CNM, I had a professor that had given us a Raspberry Pi to program with for the final project
And quick
in Python.
timeout. What is Raspberry Pi for
A
those of us who are
Raspberry Pi
psychology
is
majors?
a Raspberry Pi is basically a computer that fits in your hand.
Okay.
It runs off of a Linux-based operating system. You can code in Usually you use code in Python, or you can do pure Linux stuff as well. I did everything in Python, of course. You can also do some other low-level languages like C, but most people use it for Python and sometimes JavaScript. Um, I was told by my professor for the Python class that I was taking that I would probably like computer engineering, so I swapped from CS to computer engineering. It was kind of that simple. And then when I finally got to the labs,
And actually,
Sandia Labs,
timeout.
yeah.
When what grade were you when you switched, or what level of college were you when you switched?
I would have been third semester.
So roughly your sophomore year.
But beginning of my sophomore year.
Okay. And how difficult was it to switch from one to the other?
It wasn't too difficult. There's a lot of overlap in the classes you take in the beginning because you have to learn the basics of programming in order to be a computer engineer or a CS major.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And side note, really, you kind of have to learn the basics of programming. We were just talking about this before we started the stream. Kind of have to learn the basics of programming for just about any engineering major anyway. So for those of you guys who are kind of thinking about switching any of them, that programming will still help you.
yeah,
Continue.
programming is great. It's a great skill to have. I know chemical engineers, mechanical engineers, um, nuclear engineers that all have to code
Mm-hmm.
that I work with at work. But once I got to my current job, I started doing hardware security, and that's kind of what I fell in love with a bit, of just being how can you have a secure network, not network, but a secure signal being sent to another piece of hardware that you know that's not going to be hijacked. And that's kind of what I want to work on as a thesis for my master's program and possibly my PhD.
Okay, awesome. And so, what? Let me ask you a silly question here.
Yeah.
Again, psychology degree, so I hide behind that. When you talk about secure hardware, I mean, I got master locks. I can go get one for $10 from Walmart. How? It doesn't seem like it's that difficult to secure one. But what do you mean by secure hardware? Because I'm sure it's more complicated than throwing on a combo lock.
So I'll
on
give
it.
a basic kind of like high level, not
Mhm.
low level. If I gave a low level, I think I'd lose a lot of people watching today. But high level basically is when you send a signal down a line, that signal can be hijacked and tapped, and people can listen in on it.
So you're talking about if I called you on my cell phone.
Yeah, something like that. That's network communications. Even just voltages. You can have a secure and unsecure voltage coming down a line. It's a weird thing to think about. It's why you have AES encryption. Um, for some things, like that's what you see when you um, have a like smart cards, for example, which are if you are here at UNM, you've seen proximity cards.
Mhm.
They're the same thing, but they hold data on there that can be talked to.
So for those of you guys wondering, he's talking about these ID cards. They no longer look like this, although I should probably be covering that up. Uh, but they no longer look like this, but they look very similar. They just changed the design, and there's a radio frequency ID chip in here.
Yes, and these are proximity cards for the most part. They allow you access to buildings, but they aren't. They don't hold any data on them per se. So like a smart card, you could encrypt it with fingerprints, your biometrics, certain user information, and that stuff can, without encryption, can be stolen very easily just by hijacking a radio frequency at low levels of two. I think it's what 234 kilohertz radio frequency, which is what those chips operate at. It's the same thing that's in like your NFC cards that you use to like tap to pay, stuff like that. That uses a radio frequency as well.
So actually, I heard something, and I've always treated it more as myth than as reality. But tell me if I'm wrong here. I got my keys here in my pocket, right?
Yeah.
I got actually my wife's car key, but it'll work well enough here. I have heard that somebody could intercept the signal between this fob and um, and the car itself, and then hijack the car from this, especially because this has a remote start option on it. Is that true?
Yes, that is a possibility that can happen. Most car manufacturers do use a sort of encryption to make sure that you don't have someone listening in.
Hmm.
But that's kind of another part of what I want to study is that back and forth, that transmit and receive that your car does. So your key fob sends a frequency to the car, telling it that it's that. There should be a handshake involved where the car acknowledges that that is a legitimate radio frequency. But if you hijack that frequency and save it onto something that you can um, use again, you can do that. That's why you've seen in some movies someone can hijack a radio frequency of a garage door opener and be able to open up garage doors with just the cloned frequency. Because that garage door doesn't have a whole lot of encryption on it because it's a pretty unsecure. It's low. It's consumer grade for the most
Hmm.
part, and it's not to say that consumer grade products are not as secure as other um, higher level products, but consumer grade usually doesn't have as much security as something that you would see in a government facility.
Yeah.
And that's just because the government is paranoid
Yeah.
about things being stolen. But yeah, you can clone things like that. You don't see it very much because it does take quite a bit of hardware to crack the encryption,
Hmm.
and there's constantly being new things put into the field to beef up that encryption. Um, so there's so many different options in that way. I hope I answered the question.
No, yeah, you definitely did. And I'm trying to think about some of the safety features that my car has, or that my wife's car has. Um, it'd be pretty impossible for, well, I don't know. I guess it would be possible for them to steal it. But it would be more difficult because you have to have the key in. Although I have the remote start to actually drive the key has to be inside the car.
Yeah, it
But
has to be within a proximity.
if they cloned the signal and were able to keep a cloned signal device, I suppose it could actually cause the car to start.
Yep.
But then again, I don't know enough about it, and I'm just kind of speculating
I'm
wildly
gonna go
here.
ahead and swap back off to Dieter here, and we're gonna be going into a match.
All right, so half an hour later, here we are into game number 1 of Valorant versus Colorado State University. I don't know any of these champions. They're called agents.
Okay.
I got yelled at. I don't know what any of these agents are called. We're here on the right side.
Wait, why are they not champions? I know it's a stupid
Because they're
question,
called
but-
agents.
Okay. So, by match 2, after somebody has won the first match, can we call the winning team a set of champions?
I guess.
As long
But
as they're the
okay,
UNM team.
so I know Frost is playing Viper.
Okay.
I think Panda. I think that's Jet. But Mr. Roboto 99 might actually be playing Jet. I don't remember what any of these people are called.
Do they have different abilities?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what they are. The ZXOXO.
Mm-hmm.
He I think has like a ground smash kind of ability.
Okay, so let's take a quick step back. The team on the right, the red team.
The team on the right, that's UNM.
Awesome.
Frost, Panda, Trout, Mr. Roboto, and Baby Eyes. That's Eileen down there in the bottom. Baby Eyes, she's the coordinator, had to step in here to play versus CSU. Both teams are 2 and 3. Again, if anyone, we're still mostly going to be talking about college because neither of us know this game.
But we're about to learn,
So
it'll be fun for everybody
it will be
involved.
fun. So we're going to Icebox, which is this map. Yeah, okay, so NIDDA is playing Jet, and okay, so is Mr. Roboto, Sage, and I wasn't quick enough to see the other ones. So we're attacking. So how this game works is it's teams of 5,
Okay.
and it's first to 13.
Okay.
I think you have, I think it's 13 rounds of you go attack, and then it switches and you defend. There are 2 different places. It's CSGO rules. So if you kill them all, you win. If you're defending, if you're attacking, you still need to plant the spike, which is the bomb. They just can't say bomb for some reason. And then there's also you get more money for killing people, and then you buy better guns.
Okay.
So here we're in the pistol round. So everyone just has pistols. That's a good Sage wall. And you can see up in the corner. We have 100 HP. There's a couple of things, and this is a very slow pistol round. You usually see pistol rounds, people just kind of run at each other because there's nothing else to do.
We already have shots fired.
Yeah, one's down.
One tried to take the high ground and still exposed
no
much
one
of
no one went down yet.
Oh, okay.
I thought someone went down, but that was a teleport out actually. But yeah, this is a very slow round. Usually pistol is just kind of you skill check the other people and hope you win because
yeah, it's a bit like boxing where you throw out a few first initial jabs and you see what happens.
yeah. But usually
that
also
was a nice
the
pie
people
at the
that
corner there.
that win pistol round win round 2 as well because you just have better econ.
Yeah.
And you have more money. Ooh, and there are 3 dead from UNM.
Yeah, I understand that they have more firepower, but that's just better tactics.
Yeah, that was Colorado just flawlessing, getting all of us dead. That's not the biggest deal in the world. And then Colorado, they're going to buy all of these SMGs usually. And so usually, and UNM's going to keep on these pistols. So usually if you win pistol round, you all upgrade to SMGs, and then you win round 2 as well, just because you usually don't buy if you lose the pistol round. So probably what's going to happen is CSU will go up 2-0 here. So we'll have to see, as I actually need to switch over to someone on UNM. We'll watch Frost. Sure.
Yeah. No, if you saw what happened there, again, there was just such a nice pieing of the corner there that they were able to get an angle while still maintaining concealment. That it was hard for UNM to get any kind of returned firepower in any kind of significant way.
Oh. And their Trout goes down. Mr. Roboto gets 1. That can be big because when you die, you can pick up a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So here UNM has access to. Yep, Mr. Roboto picked up the enemy team's gun from Manhin. Alright, let's see what Frost can do here. Usually this is a lot more. I don't know if this is just Icebox, but this is a very slow map so far. And UNM's just gonna plant, see what they can do.
Ooh.
2v4. Spike has been planted though.
And how long do they have to defend the plant after it is
I don't know that. I want to say it's like 20 seconds, but
Okay.
here's the defuse coming out, and it takes, want to say 10 seconds to defuse, but I'm not entirely certain. But either way, the defuse came out, and CSU up 2-0, which is what you expect, but usually you expect that round to be a lot more quick, just because gun diff, but here UNM's they're going to buy, and the Econs, I mean, it's still not great for UNM, but it's fine, because all the creds over there on the right is the amount of money they still have in inventory. UNM does not have much, but they did get the buys with their rifles and the full shield, so they're doing fine. If anyone has any questions about UNM, that shrug coming out from Ford means no. So let's continue monotone talking about this game. Trout looking here, but UNM still on the attack. Ults.
And how long do you stay on the attack until you become the defender?
So it goes, I think it's 13 in a row, because it's first to 13.
Okay.
And, see, Frost here looking for something. I think, yeah, that was just in her wall. And then it switches to defense, so it just flips back. UNM looking for just an A push here with 3 people, but I don't think they have any information on where anyone is. So the drone comes out, try and find someone. Oh no, we checked the wrong corner. Oh, still finds one. But that tells everyone from CSU, okay, they see the drone, they're going for the A push as the spike gets planted, and now UNM needs to defend. Let's see. Eileen is looking. Actually, it's 4v4 here, so UNM is in a pretty good position because they're on attack. They got the spike down. Everyone here from CSU needs to push into them as Eileen goes down there. Unfortunate. Oh, 2 dead. 3 dead from UNM.
Quick
And actually,
turnaround.
everyone dead there from UNM. So that's a 3-0 here for CSU. And CSU just to get to have a little bit of time, basically going to the shop and seeing who dropped what and what they can pick up. And since only one person died there from CSU, their econ is still really good because if you don't die, you get to keep your gun.
So if you die, you have to restart at a pistol.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you need to buy. But if you don't die, then you just get more credits and you still have your own gun. And then you can either, if someone does die and they don't have any credits, you can buy, throw your gun, buy a gun, and then, pick up one of the 2, essentially.
Yeah.
So kills matter is how, obviously, but not dying is a really big part of Valorant and any sort of shooter in this way, as it looks like. Ooh, good
Nice.
headshot there from Panda.
Yeah.
He wants to get up there just to try and pick up whatever rifle that was. Baby Eyes goes down. Ooh, Panda goes down as well. Here, Mr. Roboto sees one, but he's just going to dash her away. Not able to get it.
It looked like in that previous death that they had gotten the angle on it and then walked too much down the middle of the corridor there, leaving themselves too exposed.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what UNM's able to do. I think they have control of the spike, yeah. I think that's Mr. Roboto. Or no, Trout73 has the spike here, so they can look for this A push. 2 members just wanting to push there, but they only have 33 seconds to plant, and I believe it takes 5 seconds to plant the spike.
Left.
So CSU here is just going to be super happy to kind of cover all their sight lines and make sure that no one comes in. And Ultimates ready. Oh,
Oh.
that's one dead and a second dead there. As NIDDA gets 2 kills quick in a row. Is UNM down 0-4? We've seen worse. Sometimes if it's a defender-heavy map, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we've seen maps go like 12-1, and then it flops, and then the other team goes like 12-1, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I guess it's just a defender-heavy map, whatever.
Yeah, well, you can definitely see that because with how many nooks and crannies this particular map has, there's lots of spots to push you into my sight line as I push you into my sight line as I just kind of hide and stay out of your sight line.
Absolutely. There, that sniper rifle is just super effective there. Frost was looking for something and just wasn't able to get it. Trout trades one back here as it is a 4v4, but it looks like all of CSU is rotating over to that B side that UNM is looking for the plant on. Trout going to put it up under that sage wall. And that's also good because once that wall disappears, then it's going to be just out in the open and super easy to defend if anyone comes up to defuse it. So we're in a smoke. Trout's just making sure no one's coming in behind.
Revealing area. There they are.
Keeping much better sight lines.
UNM. Well, UNM gets 2, and that might be it.
Yeah, UNM is keeping much better sight lines on this particular round. They're not exposing themselves as much in the open this time. And they've established a fortress of dominance.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure UNM just is going to get this one. Trout does go down, but I think the spike's just going to explode. UNM, the 2 members running away there is to just kind of make sure that no one goes down by accident, so they just get the save on their econ.
No last-minute accidental kills.
Yeah, basically, it's better for UNM to not go for the kill there and just make sure they don't get taken out and have to start from a pistol.
Yeah. Conserve your strategy.
Yeah, conserve your strategy as opposed to push forward for that kill. Especially when we've been seeing in this round so far that UNM has not been winning the gunfights all that often. So it's much better right there in that to just go, all right, we won it. We don't need to skill check this and lose by accident.
Yeah.
All right, here, Mr. Roboto has the ultimate.
Which makes a ton of sense. In the military, there is a concept.
That was...
Oh, nice shot.
He gets 1. Unfortunately, he threw his entire ultimate out and only got like half the HP.
But in the military, and especially in the infantry, there's a concept called METTC, and it's this very long acronym, but it basically means, what's your mission? And what are you doing that is actually contributing towards your mission here, right?
Oh, Baby Eyes picking up NIDA right there. It's pretty big. Frost getting another.
Yeah, just completely flanked him and put him down.
That's 1 person remaining. So Mr. Roboto going down there is actually really good for UNM because Roboto in voice chat there just says, oh, he got me from this direction, and the remaining 3 people are go, okay, well, he has to be here, and just immediately, there's only 1 person left, so just point all of your guns there and hope that you win the 2v1.
Yeah.
So that's one of those. In these types of games, sometimes it's not good to die, but sometimes dying when you're ahead in situations is actually a little bit better for your team, because if you're already a man ahead and if you end up trading or if you go down and you're now even, but you're even, but you know where they are or the general area of where they are. And that's a lot better than being a person up and having absolutely no idea where anyone is.
Yeah.
Ooh, Panda here ulting. Ooh, and he gets 1. That was really good.
What is going on there? What
so
happened
he threw his ult out, which is basically just a arrow that goes through walls.
Okay.
And so if he threw out his recon drone, saw the 1 person, and then decided to just use his ult, get that person down, to go through the walls because he knew where they were. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get anyone else off of it, but that's still a pretty good trade. And you can see here, ultimates 3 are ready for CSU. One of those persons is dead, but only one ready for Trout.
Scanning ahead.
And also UNM 0 out of 7, 0 out of 8, 0 out of 7 compared with, 3 out of 7, 5 out of 7. So CSU's up in their ult economy just a little bit. Ooh. And that's the same ult, but from the other direction.
Yeah.
And Panda was able to dodge that one out. And Frost gets one here. UNM might just get the flawless. But we also sometimes see in these sorts of situations where it's 5v2, the two members, okay, well, one went down. The two members just decide, well, this is a lost cause. I'm not going to even try. It looks like they might be pushing in now.
As we were talking about,
Yeah.
reserve my economy.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's half HP. And I'm pretty sure yep. Ooh, Marker picking one off. That's actually could be pretty big. I think this round is going to go down no matter what to UNM, but when you're in these situations, he got a second and Marker goes down. That's when you're in those sorts of situations, usually what you just want to do is get as many quick kills, even if you're trading, just to kind of hurt the econ.
Yeah.
Especially when it's 3 wins in a row here from UNM, because their econ is just so strong. So you just go, all right, we trade out, we see what we can do. Because now if you look at the creds,
yeah.
it's all really low, and UNM's sitting pretty happy there. It's Trout on 7,000.
And that ultimate resource has also traded spots, as you were mentioning earlier. Not that UNM is specifically strong in it yet, but we were going from the zeros, and now we're about halfway, and it looks like CSU is close to empty.
Yeah. So here, 4-3, UNM tied it up. Seemed to know what they were doing, at least in the second half here. Ooh, but now looks like they want that B push again. So we'll have to see what they do. I'm assuming no one said anything quite about joining the School of Engineering or anything like that. So we're just gonna keep talking about Valorant. Oh, so that's smoke coming out. That person, we have God vision, so we at least know where everyone is. Ooh, 2 go down there from UNM.
I have the spike.
Panda's just gonna pick it up and plant.
Spike
I don't know what person number 3 was doing there, looking for a flank almost. Baby Eyes goes down. Frost here. See what he wants to do, but this is a 2v4. They did get the. Oh, Panda gets 2. See what he's to do. Oh, they're looking for a flank, but Panda sniffs it out. Sees one.
Revealing area.
Should be able to see 2. And I think the spike is going to just explode before anything major happens.
That
here.
is great tactical concepts by
Ooh,
Panda there.
Yeah, Frost.
Putting just enough
Oh,
fire.
Frost goes down, or gets the last 2, so it doesn't even need to explode. Because it actually looked like Frost was just sitting on the bomb. So she was just, he was saying, all right, the bomb will explode and take me out and ruin my econ, but we'll tie it up.
Yeah.
So.
And that was great work by Panda there to just throw enough fire at them to get them to back off. Kept themselves in a concealed position. That way the enemy couldn't take them out and had to, either walk into a Viper's nest or just back away.
Yeah.
That was
and it was
great
also,
play on
and that was
their
also, that was all won by Panda getting that double kill, just like shooting through 2 people, it looked like.
Turned out we were wrong. It was not 2v4.
Yeah.
It was 2v Panda.
Yeah, 2v2 pretty much. Here we're looking for just long-range kills, which sometimes happen. Much more likely in Call of Duty, actually. You see a lot of this. Ooh, as ZXOXO gets that one there on Panda. A little bit of a caster curse on him, saying how good he was, and then he immediately went down. Mr. Roboto trades. Ooh, he gets another. Gets a third
Ooh.
before he's taken out. That should be pretty much it for UNM. They're up a person, get the spike down.
Last player standing.
And all right, I don't know. Maybe it was just everyone wasn't warmed up. Maybe they were, everyone was panicking or something for the first couple of rounds about how late they were to all the match. But UNM seems to definitely have woken up here.
And a quick change in tactics will really do that for you, really help you out.
And look at that ult economy. Almost everyone here on UNM has their ults ready, except Frost, who's one away.
And how do you increase that ultimate number?
I want to say kills get it.
Okay.
I think rounds wins just like increase it by 1.
Okay.
Not entirely certain about that. And there's also orbs on the ground that people are able to pick up that just
Give you
so
one.
that one, like if you hold it, I want to say for like 3 seconds or so. I think Trout will maybe pick it up here. Oh no, he has a full ult, so he doesn't need to. It just gets you a point in your ult. So, but there, one dead from CSU. So UNM's just looking for this 3-man B push as 2 people are over there on A. They were kind of looking for like a juke out if they could see 2 people over on A. Maybe CSU would over-rotate, but looks like that's not going to be the case. And
You want to play?
this is why we suggested Valorant for this week, because there's a lot of standing here waiting around. So if you have any questions about UNM, UNM Esports, School of Engineering, or anything like that, is these 2 teams just kind of stare each other down and wait for anyone to make a move in sight lines. This is
So I will kind of talk about UNM Engineering real quick for those of you guys who might be interested and might be going, all right, Valorant is cool, but you know, when are we going to talk about engineering? We have 6 departments here, 9 degrees. And as I mentioned earlier, for those of you guys who might have been waiting for your financial aid awards to come in, those have now officially been confirmed, so go and take a look at those. For those of you guys who are unsure of what you guys want to do in terms of what you want to do engineering, you like math, you like science, why not put them together and make an engineering degree out of it? And you're not sure which engineering degree to get out of it, right? You know, I'll lay out what we have in terms of our engineering disciplines and our engineering degrees, and then, you know, go take a look and Google, you know, YouTube, day in the life of, right? And see the different types that, you know, because a mechanical engineer, what does that mean? That means just about everything, right?
that means your standard, your stereotypical engineer, I would
Yes.
say. It's like you make cars. Well, that's usually automotive, but like engines or you need a general engineer to do the thing. That's usually going to be a mechanical.
Yeah, mechanical engineers, for those of you guys who are wondering, are absolutely everywhere. Because mechanicals study, well, motion. And to my knowledge, we haven't found anything that doesn't move yet. For those of you guys who might be thinking, well, I'm in a house, my house isn't moving. Of course your house is moving. Oh, wow,
Ooh, that was a good.
headshot.
Yeah, that was a good headshot.
Wow.
I was really worried here for Trout because of that.
Yep.
Well,
Down mid.
especially because he was the spike carrier.
And they defended the spike spot now.
Yeah, so now they need to go and push in.
So that's mechanical. We also have nuclear engineering. And actually,
Only one of, I want to say there's only like 19, 20, something like that, schools that do nuclear.
there's not a lot left. It was a much more popular field in the 50s and 60s when we were doing things like building nuclear reactors that were going to power an entire neighborhood.
Yeah, so very few schools anymore even have that, to the point of you get a lot of, if you do nuclear engineering, you get a lot of people from kind of all over who are just like, yeah, I wanted to do nuclear engineering, so I came to UNM. And that was the time just ran out on that round, so CSU got that because UNM couldn't
Last
plant.
round in the half.
But yeah,
Before
here's
the swap.
so here's the swap.
So
It's
after
actually
12.
yeah, it's actually after 12 because it's first to 13. So I think they made it so that you can't just only win attack.
Yeah.
You need to at least win one defend, or vice versa. And then also once we go to the swap, everything resets, so it's just another pistol round.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's basically restarting, but from the other.
So this round is a bit more smoke 'em if you got 'em kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. This as
Revealing area.
you see a lot of that's a good headshot there in
Take
Frost. You usually see a lot more just kind of, we'll see what happens in this round.
Out of charges.
UNM sees 2 people. Ooh, that's a good res there. But
so yeah, in terms of a field, nuclear is beginning to grow again, as we've realized
oh, I
we can
think
do a lot more things with nuclear than we
well,
previously
I think
thought.
part of it is also there's been a national deficit of nuclear engineers basically for the past like 20 years or so. So if you do get a nuclear engineering degree, it is quite easy to get hired. I mean, not that, and especially compared to some other engineering degrees, because you're always wanted to do detector work or whatever.
Detector work, medical work. A lot of people fail to remember that nuclear is a big part of medicine. Um, for a couple of reasons. One is, of course,
30
is
seconds
viewing
left.
and imaging, X-rays, and actually a lot of that medical imaging started out as medical imaging because that's generally small scale, right? If I break my arm and I get an X-ray, it's it's like 8 inches here or whatever. That's not a large scale that we're looking at. But as we've expanded the scale that we can do some of these larger X-rays at, we can start doing things like ground X-rays and start being able to see archaeological digs.
CSU just kind of wiped the floor right there. We did get the spike down, but it is a 1v4, so it's not looking good here. Oh, well, that's CSU going up 2 in this first half.
It's a close one.
But yeah, there are so many different. I mean, I know there's different subfields in pretty much every engineering discipline, but there are quite a few in UNM or in nuclear engineering.
Yep.
UNM does a really good job of getting you exposed to all of them. We're not as in depth in all of them, but I think with our new department head Hank, he's an imaging guy. We have a lot of criticality safety. Not as much anymore, but that's still a pretty big part. I think we're probably the only one I would think that is as in depth in coding and like simulations.
I would guess so because we do a lot of things like nuclear propulsion in space. Dr. Perfetti does a lot of what I call theoretical applied physics. And a lot of people go, wait, theoretical applied, what? How does that work? Those are mutually exclusive concepts there.
Yeah, that was.
But
2 of my friends are his PhD students, and they do. Yeah, I guess theoretical applied physics is a good way of describing it because there's. It's just like it's like theoretical physics stuff that don't matter in the macro scale. But when you're designing a nuclear reactor and there's millions upon millions of atomic collisions happening, you probably want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So
yeah, basically the field of physics doesn't go as far as or our understanding of the field of physics, excuse me, doesn't go as far as Dr. Perfetti wants it to go to understand what he's trying to do. And so because of that, he has to push out the nuclear physics and where it's at, and then apply it to what he's trying to do, which is where the funky phrase theoretical applied physics comes from. So yeah, so we do. You're right though. We do a lot of simulation in those regards because you can't really test you can't really test nuclear propulsion in space in any kind of efficient manner.
I mean, and we also do have a reactor here, so you'll get hands-on stuff as well. Only place that really does that.
We have the only nuclear reactor in which, man, we got kind of taken out.
Well,
there.
that was the we lost the pistol round.
Oh,
so that's not,
right. You did.
That's not
that.
super unexpected. So this is where we'll come back. It's fine. We actually have a better buy than they do, so they're kind of econing here. I don't know why. They have enough money to buy whatever or reasonably whatever they want there on CSU. So I don't know what they're doing, but whatever. I don't play the game. I wouldn't know. But yeah, the NE department.
Yeah, we have the only nuclear reactor that is 100% dedicated to student learning.
Yeah, it's a smaller reactor, but that also means that it's better for student learning because it is idiot-proof, I guess, is the technical term. But that makes it so that you're able to go in and, as undergrads, we got to take the fuel out and put it back in under, heavy supervision. But UNM might actually be able to get this. They see that last person, so that should just walk up, go and get the defuse. They see the last person, and yep, there we go. UNM. See, I said it. Come back here. I don't know anything about the other engineering departments here except nuclear engineering, because that's what I came in as and what I graduated as.
So we also have a civil engineering department. Their full name is Civil Construction and Environmental Engineering, and they actually offer 3 degrees here. They offer Civil, Construction Management, and Construction Engineering. And one of the cool things about construction management is because it's much more management oriented and project management oriented, it's the downside is that it's a 5-year degree instead of a 4-year degree. The upside is that it actually comes with 2 degrees automatically. You will get a bachelor's in science for construction management as well as a master's in business administration on top of it.
Oh, you just got the MBA on top?
Yep.
That's actually pretty good for 5 years.
Yeah. So, it saves you a lot of money because you don't have to pay for the 6th year of school, plus your first year of your master's program, which is technically your senior year of your bachelor's year, gets charged as an undergraduate year, which those courses are about 75% of the cost of a graduate course.
Mm-hmm. There's something that I recently learned that I didn't know, I guess. Like the average cost of an MBA is like $40,000 or something.
It's very expensive, which is why I'm very happy UNM is paying for mine.
Yeah, it's I never realized that it was that much, but MBAs are expensive. Not as much here at UNM, especially if you're in-state, even without.
Well, and if you think about it, especially if you're in-state, you get that lottery scholarship. Yes. Your 4th year is being taken care of. So that means 1/2 of your master's degree. So we have a 3+2 program with our MBA and for some of our engineering departments. If you guys want to know which one, go to the website you're looking for, or go to the department website that you're looking for, and it'll say on there. You might see it also called a 4+1 or a shared credit program. All of these terms mean the same thing, so no big deal.
UNM should get this defuse. I think they have enough time.
Yep.
Okay.
And
yeah, we got it.
There it is. But so that means though is that your first 4 years are covered by the lottery scholarship. And because of that, half of your master's degree could be just entirely paid for.
It's also, from personal experience, always do the 3+2 or 4+1. It's always better. Even I had no intention of coming back for my master's, and then I did, and then I was like, man, I have to take some of these classes again. I have to pay for taking some of these classes again, and that's less than ideal.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is on the other kind of side of campus is, like I said, I'm working on an MBA right now. Shout out UNM for paying that one. And my wife is working on an undergraduate in bachelor's now. Now that she started working for UNM, now they're paying for her degree as she goes back to school. And it's funny because a lot of the classes that I'm taking on my MBA, or that I have taken, I'm now seeing her take. And so it's like, wow, she might really have to take some of these courses over again, which just seems a little silly. Oh, wow, what a headshot.
That was a good headshot.
Deploying drone.
Yeah, I'm terrible at these types of games, so that's why I kind of don't know what's going on, because I don't play them because I'm so bad at them. I just don't have the reaction time to, Sure, a lot of these corners, if you know the game enough, you know exactly where to put the cursor and, where to fire and where people might be sitting. But, I don't have the reaction time to win the, that, you don't really need a reaction time to do. But when you're just oh, I need to push forward, and there might be someone around a corner, and I need to be faster than them, I'm always slower.
Yeah.
So it's not as... It's not a fun experience when you're always slow.
Yeah, right. Well,
So
that's like why
Spike planted.
someone like an organization or a group like when they went and got him the Navy SEALs, they actually didn't go into the Bin Laden campaign or into the Bin Laden
Enemy
compound
remaining.
off of no knowledge. They actually built to their best of their knowledge, a one-to-one compound, and they practiced it several times over and over and over again before they went in. So that way, they weren't relying as much on reaction time as they were relying on a very intimate knowledge of exactly what was going to be there, down to the detail where they. My understanding from the book that one of the Navy SEALs wrote was that they even put similar magazines on the tables.
oh, that
And
seems
they handcrafted tables to match what was going to be there.
that seems excessive.
Yeah,
almost.
When you're the Navy SEALs going after
uh,
the most wanted man in the world,
yep.
you spare no detail.
And here's timeouts. Each team gets one. That's kind of the biggest difference between Valorant and almost any other esport is that the coach is always watching, and they get to just use a timeout, and it's for a minute, and it's a lot. Usually you'll see it when a team loses many in a row, and that 1 minute is just like the coach comes in and says, like, all right, guys, like you were doing fine, and then you lost 4 in a row. Stop it.
Yeah.
Here's a minute to just calm down, and it works surprisingly well.
Yeah, well, it reminds me a bit like in baseball, or not baseball, excuse me, basketball. Team goes on a run, coach calls a timeout just to stem the tide a little bit, break the flow of the game a little bit, and try to reset it back to normal.
Yeah, so this is, I want to say it's the only game that really has timeouts in it, at least esport-wise. But so 9-8, it's first to 13. There is an overtime, which it's first to win 2 in a row after 13. If both teams, like if one team gets a 13 and then the next gets a 13, then it goes into overtime.
So it's a win by 2.
A win by 2,
Okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
So hopefully we won't see that. Ooh, Baby Eyes gets
Spike
one.
down B.
And I think she saw a second one. So that's good info from UNM. Let's see here. Trout is going to check this corner and maybe find whoever number 2 is right there. But, nope. Well, that's Frost sees 2 there. So that's good info.
One went down.
So well, that also tells UNM, okay, they were going for a B push.
Oh, wow.
Frost gets
Spike
2.
down B.
I think that was just the same amount of bullets too. But that should be just UNM's as Baby Eyes gets another. 9-9. They're bringing it back. So yeah.
I guess that's the big key to playing UNM. Don't get a big lead.
Yeah.
Because we have you right where we want you.
Chemical, I think there's what, organic and inorganic chemical engineering here at UNM?
So yeah, that's a great way of putting it, and really, I know they're not necessarily big fans of the way I describe this, but I got to sum it up somehow. There's kind of 3 things that we do here with chemical. One is materials engineering, which again can be organic or inorganic. In terms of the inorganic, it's a lot of things like, for example, Dr. Sang M. Han is working to develop a synthetic platinum. The thinking behind this is, so platinum is actually hyper efficient in solar cells. Like hyper efficient. My understanding is somewhere between 92 and 96% of conversion. Wow, nice.
UNM is just sweeping this round. They might get the flawless.
Nope,
okay.
not quite.
Not a cast a curse them, but I think we'll be okay. Oh, maybe not. I'm gonna stop saying anything.
Yeah.
Okay, Panda knows where he is. There we go.
There
okay.
it is.
Revealing area.
UNM does pick that up. 3 to, going down 2 isn't the worst. You just really
It's a small drain on the economy.
You just really
not
don't want to
terrible.
see it like that, honestly.
Yeah. But the economy numbers look to be pretty good.
Oh, yeah. UNM's perfectly happy right here, especially now that we're up 1. I think we've won 1, 2. That's 5 in a row, I think.
Yes.
The only
because we were down 9-5.
The only bad thing about that is if you look, it's been CSU won 4, then we won 5, then they won 5, then we won 5. So we're hoping that this trend doesn't continue.
Yeah, right. Because 5 will put him over the edge
Yeah.
for CSU. So.
Oh, but Mr. Roboto gets
Spike
one
down
there.
A.
So that's always pretty good.
Yeah, so Chemical, though, they can absolutely do, like I said, that's what we were talking about. We were talking about Platinum in solar panels. So Platinum is, like I said, hyper efficient, but it's also extremely rare. So even if we had enough money to go get all of the Platinum we needed,
Shock dart.
there's no such thing as all the Platinum that we need. It's just really rare, which is why it's so expensive. And so with that in mind, Dr. Han is trying to create a synthetic Platinum to then replace.
Spike planted.
Ooh.
Ooh,
One
nice.
enemy remaining.
Sure, they got this. They got the spike down, but they traded one for it in a situation that they really couldn't afford to trade in.
Deploying drone.
So UNM should be able to clean this one up, especially whoever that is. NIDDA.
NIDA.
Yeah, NIDA. He has like 2 HP, so winning the flick's pretty easy.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
no. Okay, never mind. They get 2, and even it up. CSU 10 to 10.
Under the more organic side of materials, it's things like surgical devices, right? Because although the materials themselves might be like surgical still and whatnot, it has to interact with the body. That means it's organic, and so it's just kind of that mix between the two of them, or direct organics, right? Like if we're trying to replace bone tissue, that's a direct organic composition, right? Even if it's not using a carbon base, it has to interact with organic material and organic matter. They're talking about,
Are we doing any like 3D printing of organs here?
we actually use stem cell structures to 3D print heart tissue.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Where the idea is they want to create custom pieces for hearts. Because if you needed a heart and I just died right here of something completely unrelated, my heart's good to go, right? My heart's probably not going to fit what you need.
Yes.
It's just probably not. And in fact, there's about 20 other people in the room, maybe not that many, but we'll just say there's 20 other people in the room. Even if all of their hearts were ready to go for you, the odds are very, very low. So we need to be able to create custom hearts based off of what you specifically need. That's a big issue. And actually, one of the reasons why we're having a harder and harder time of finding heart tissue to replace, if I needed a heart, how do I get the heart tissue, is because we've made cars safer. We've made motorcycles safer. Because the number one cause of death that'll lead to a good heart still
30 seconds
available and will get the person most likely to have an immediate response from like the police and paramedics and whatnot, and thus the heart still being good, is a car accident. But if those
Spike
hearts are
planted.
still, working in a functioning adult, then we can't take them.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that still the number one death in America, or cause of death in America, is cardiac disease or heart disease.
by far.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, now somebody can check me on the numbers and correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm correct, it's more than number 2 and 3 combined. It's a very significant
Last
number.
player
Ooh, nice
standing.
shot.
Yeah, here. Eileen has to
Unfortunately,
try
it looks
something.
like they
Yeah,
might have
unfortunate.
that.
When I was saying the trend is continuing, it looks like that might be true as CSU pick up 2 after UNM picked up 5. So UNM need to stop this.
Make a quick adjustment and get back on the road here. So yeah, so Chemical does that. They also do obviously a lot of biomedical engineering, right? A lot of drug delivery systems. And people don't quite understand how important those drug delivery systems are, but if you think about what chemotherapy is, a lot of people don't quite understand what chemo actually is, which is it's really just poison. That's all it really is. And so how do we make sure as much of it as possible is going into the tumor, and as little of it as possible is going to
The not tumor.
yeah, because chemo is what causes people to lose their hair and to have all kinds of other weird side effects and whatnot. The radiation will do that too, but the chemo is the primary thing behind that because it's literally just straight poison. Because the thinking is what cures cancer at a 100% rate? Well, cyanide will, take care of your cancer. Problem is, it'll take care of the rest of your
So
cells
that's
too.
the always when it's like, oh, this thing kills cancer in a petri dish. So does a gun.
Yeah, right. And so the question is like, is there a middle ground somewhere between cyanide
Yep.
and zero,
Enemy remaining.
which is what chemotherapy
down,
is. But we
attacker
want a
spawn.
100% efficiency rate where 100% of the chemo is going into the tumor, zero is going to the rest of
Spikes
it.
here.
And so that's something that they do a lot of there. But again, that's a lot of that drug delivery system.
Here, UNM up 3-1, and they see the
30
bomb right
seconds
there that Merker needs to run and get if he wants to win this. And Panda's just going to sit on that. You see behind him, I think that's Baby Eyes, just making sure that no one's going to flank Panda. And UNM pretty much
Out of
has this
charges.
down lock.
Scanning ahead.
Just going to make sure that no one's in the area. And yeah, he's
10 seconds left.
this is pretty much done as Merker just doesn't even have the time anymore to pick up that, go run to a bomb site, and then plant it. Yep, UNM just wins this one. So,
As you were talking about earlier.
ooh, nice.
That seemed like a silly decision there. It seemed like it would have been smarter to back off and live to fight another day, and instead of, I mean, I know he has good economy there, but could have kept it.
Yeah,
Now
it's
he's
actually
down.
UNM pulling that one out, evens it up. So
Yeah, broke the trend, thankfully.
UNM want to win these next two and just have that be the game.
Yeah, call it a day.
Call it a day. So
So the other big one that chemical engineering does is a thing
You
called
want to
process
play? Let's
engineering.
play.
And it's very similar to manufacturing engineering, but it's not quite
Take
the
flight.
same thing. Because process engineering answers the question. I like to ask people a bit of a trick question, and I'll throw it to you here. Nabisco, the maker of Oreos,
sure.
do they sell cookies?
I technically no, I think. Didn't you know Oreos are vegan?
Get out of my
I
way.
did know
Okay.
that, actually. So, for the sake of it, we're going to
Yes.
call an Oreo a cookie.
Yeah. They're just in the smoke trying to win something.
And just throw out fire and see what happens.
Ooh.
Oh, got somebody
It
on
worked.
accident.
And they pretty much have full control of that bomb site, so they should just go for the defuse. But yeah, so process engineering, for what I understand, is you need to figure out how to make the thing in a
Last player standing.
oh manhunt
Uh-oh.
gets
Oh.
3. UNM should be able to defuse this. Yep. Okay. That was a little close as manhunt
Yeah.
gets 3, but okay, UNM got it. 11-12. Match point here for UNM.
Yeah, but so process engineers, the big
Match
question for
point.
them is, because the answer to the question there, does Nabisco sell Oreos is, no, they sell thousands of Oreos, right? And that's a subtle difference, but an important difference, because it means me and you can't be in a back room mixing up, the cookie dough and the cream for the Oreos and all that. Like, that's just not how that can work. We need a process that'll make thousands of these things, right?
And now in 120 different weird flavors.
Yes. Right? And so even someone like Intel hires a lot of chemical engineers because the question is, okay, we make this really cool microchip, but
How
we
do
don't-
how do we make thousands of really
Yeah,
cool microchips?
we don't sell a microchip. We sell so many microchips that when Apple pulled their contract from us, we lost only 1% of our business. That's how many microchips we make. So I think it was 1.7% of their business. So
planted.
like they make that's how many microchips they make. So chemical and biological engineers are really good at that. I would also like to say, if any of you guys are thinking about medical school, chemical engineers get in at a very, very, very high rate.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yep. Well, and if you think about it, it makes sense.
Last player
When was the
standing.
last time?
Oh.
Wow.
I don't think this is going to go in the way of Trout, though. Okay, he reses one.
We got a revive.
Last
There we go.
player
Up,
standing.
and
Nope.
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 All right, so that evens it up, 12-12.
But so think about it though. When was the last time you went to a doctor
Switching
for a
sides.
theoretical issue?
Yeah, I
Overtime.
guess that's true.
Right. And don't get me wrong. Biology and chemistry are great, but they're the study of the theoretical sciences, right? Chemical engineers are the study of the practical engineering, right? And as a doctor, real patients, real problems, real solutions.
Well, I'm sure it probably also has to. I would imagine that getting a 4.0 in chemical engineering, I don't want to say that it's harder than, you know, some other, a general pre-med or something. But you're going to have the same amount of knowledge, and it's going to be usually a harder discipline, and you're already prepared for
The
8
rigors
hours
of
of
a
studying a
yeah.
day.
And actually, I would disagree. You're not going to have the same amount of knowledge because if I took the same kid, right, or if I took 2 kids and if I took 2 kids, everything else is equal, GPA is equal, and all of that kind of stuff is equal. But based off of what we can give you at UNM, if I have a kid from biology who studied the heart and a kid from chemical and biological engineering who is growing heart tissue, who am I letting into medical school?
Yep.
You know, if everything else, it seems pretty easy at that point. So it's not the same amount of knowledge. Engineers come through with a lot more of it simply because they've been playing with the Legos.
Yep.
Right? So yeah, they get it at a very high rate. Plus, we have a great biomedical engineering graduate school here. And so, you know, even if you don't get into medical school, you can go to graduate school for biomedical engineering, and that's going to look great on a resume for trying to get yourself into medical school as your next stop.
Absolutely. Oh, Trout finally gets one back. UNM have the spike here, so they're probably just going to look for this A plant. Ooh, but that's a revive. One immediately goes down, but it ends up being a trade. 3 versus 3. UNM looking. Trout getting a good defend.
Got the spike planted.
Yeah, UNM should just get this 2v2. Panda has a good sight line. That's Baby as well. So let's see. Yeah, so UNM Engineering, if you want to do whatever. Ooh. See?
Nice.
Got him even with the reload. So that's 13. I think UNM needs to win 1 more since we are in overtime.
Yep.
Switching
And
sides. Match
so we'll see
point.
if they're able to do it.
So this reminds me of an old match from the Wimbledon tennis tournament, where the rule used to be that you had to win by 2. They've changed the rule since then because of, well,
That
this
match.
in which neither player could achieve a win by 2. They just continue to trade wins with each other. And so what ended up happening is the match ended up taking over 3 days.
Oh, wow.
Yes. John Isner and Nicholas Mahout, if I remember correctly. And yeah, it took portions of 3 days before John Isner finally won. But both players were so tired that one would serve and the ball would just go by the other one. And
Oh, wow.
the other would serve because they were just exhausted. And the other guy who got to play John Isner next was well rested because he had 2 days off, basically. And the other guy, John Isner, was exhausted. And so he put up a valiant fight, but it was to no avail. He ended up losing.
Mr. Roboto saw one and he gets it.
Spike down.
Oh, and that was
B.
a spike carrier too, so UNM here. Mr. Roboto looking for another. If he's able to get this, that's probably just a match. Is he gonna try? He's a general idea of where they are based on the bullets.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see. And
Oh.
Mr. Roboto does not get it, unfortunate, but 4-4.
Nothing
30
else.
seconds
It
left.
kept them occupied for a bit of time.
Baby Eyes gets one.
Spike still hasn't been planted quite yet, and so buying a little bit of time to hopefully defend and keep them.
Oh, but that's a plant coming out. Marker gets one here.
10 seconds left.
Ooh. You see one.
One enemy
He
remaining.
goes
There
down.
it is, and the spike
UNM.
dropped.
Down B.
I think the spike. And there, UNM
There
just
it
got
is.
it.
Yep.
Defenders win.
So UNM take this match. They go up 1-0. This is a best of 3, but we'll probably just be going without casters for the next 2.
Although I'm immediately going to be going out of town tomorrow, so I'll see her for a few hours, and then I'll be leaving.
Yeah.
But It was great seeing you.
Yep.
I want to give a shout out to the esports team, to the voice of God in the back who is waving, although you guys can't see it, to my friend Dieter here, who I have known for quite a while because I used to do the admin for the nuclear engineering, and so I've known him for quite a while. I want to give you guys a shout out for helping us out with recruitment and retention. We will be back next semester. In what capacity? Unknown, but
We
we're
don't
gonna
know
figure
yet.
it out. We got an entire summer to plan that out.
Yep.
So if you guys have ideas, love to hear them. We would love to hear how you guys want to get involved, and of course, we would love for you guys to be involved. So the more you guys can do, the better off we are. I don't see the QR code at the top.
But go
But-
to just Google School of Engineering UNM or UNM
Yeah.
School of Engineering.
I'll give you two websites real quick. They're very easy: ess.unm.edu, SOE as in School of Engineering, soe.unm.edu, and all of our contact information is on there. If you want to connect with the UNM esports team, but you're going, hey, I don't know how, reach out to me. I'll get you in contact with them.
esports.unm.edu.
Oh, there
Really
you go.
easy.
Yeah, UNM website's the one thing we do well. Oh, we do many things well. I
Yep.
shouldn't say that, but of the many things we do well, clean and concise UNM URL or UNM URLs. So again, thank you guys. It's been a
Yep, thank
pleasure all
you.
semester, and I look forward again to next semester.
Absolutely. Have a good night, everyone.
All right.
All right, so we're back. Toby's no longer here. Instead, I have Luke. How's it going?
I'm good. I
Okay.
just got off of my Halo matches.
Nice. Did you win?
No. we hey, listen, Halo put up a valiant fight, and it just happened that, a lot better teams than us. So,
It happens. So Eileen out. SOM Cali decided he wanted to show up. Let's see if I texted his brother. I wonder if he said anything. In CT right now, so dunno where he is physically. Here's his phone number.
well, hey, now you have
He
another phone number to
showed
the
up-
collection.
Well, so shout out to Waleed. Thanks, even though I looked at that an hour late.
I mean, he's here now.
Yeah,
We
he's
have
here
SOM
now.
Cali.
So yeah, SOM Cali, real name Julian, also known as Baka.
Do you know what SOM stands for,
Yeah,
Dieter?
step on me.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
I think I got bored with how I said
Select your
that.
agent.
All right, we have locks in. That's a jet. No, that's a
No, that's Jet.
That's Jet.
That's Omen.
jet. Oh, okay. So you know more about this game than I do.
I have looked at this game. Listen, I have never once played this game in my life. However,
The one thing I do know, Ascent, I think, is a quicker map than Icebox. Because, man, that was slow. That was infuriatingly too many sight lines. That's my note. If I worked at Riot Games, too many sight lines.
is that one 2 sites or 3 sites?
No, sight lines.
No, right. But
Oh.
like the actual bomb sites.
That was 2.
Okay.
I think that might also be it. When there's 3, you can just really go wild with it.
Yeah, right.
Whereas when there's 2, it's like, all right, they showed on B. Everyone go to B.
Everyone slowly rotate the furthest path around and
Yeah.
get there.
Anyways, the one thing I will say about Call of Duty compared to Valorant is Call of Duty is a much faster paced game.
Right.
Like no one's sitting on these sight lines forever.
No, you're not like watching one singular
Yeah.
angle for 30 seconds. No, with COD, it's the
I
time
mean,
to kill
you
is-
can be in the search and destroy. Like especially if you're up, sometimes if you have the sniper rifle, you're like, I'm just gonna sit here, and if anyone comes out, I'm gonna shoot them.
have my buddy
But
watch
that's
my
not
back and-
your entire game.
Right.
Here, Frost gets one, just
Ooh.
donks him in the head. He's traded back. Let's see. This is the pistol round. Didn't say that. We all know what that means. Okay, we're on the. One thing I do not like about Valorant, and this also happens in a lot of other shooters, is because we swapped teams.
Last
Oop,
player
SOM
standing.
Cali does get shot right there. Trout, last one alive, one before. I'm not expecting the clutch.
It's pissed around often.
Yeah, it's whatever. I don't think we won a single pistol round I don't think we won either pistol rounds. But we did win the entire match. So what does that say?
Spike planted.
Yeah,
We're bad at pistol round, I
Yeah,
guess.
some teams are just better
We're,
at certain
we're
rounds.
not good at pistol, but we're good at rifle. You know, I feel like if that's
What really counts in the
if
end?
that's what your team is, that's fine, really. You want you know to be better to be good at both, but Trout,
got one, but
you got one.
that's good econ.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm never gonna be like, don't practice pistol, but especially in college situations where you only have limited amount of practice time, there is a definite, there's definitely a better ROI on practicing rifles.
Yeah, I feel like you might get a little more out of that. And looking at the econ, UNM still on pistols, but
Yeah, that's
standard if
that's
when you lose
standard.
pistol round.
Yeah, and then because it's still pistols, we're not expecting to win this one really either.
I think we
That's-
pulled up a couple kills.
That's what it is. No, I mean it's actually I think it's really here what you want is to get a good headshot in like a single person, and then be able to just kind of pick up guns.
yeah, I mean,
Unfortunately, that's not what it's looking like.
a couple of CSU had looked like SMGs, but one
Mhm.
still had a pistol.
Well, that's usually what you do the 4 SMG buy. So
Spike
Which-
planted.
it's a pretty big difference in power level.
Well, yeah, compared to a pistol, I mean, hey, it's full auto.
I think that's
Someone has a
who,
shot.
yeah.
Scanning ahead.
Who is that? That's Mr. Abato. He likes that shotgun. He forgoes the
Last
econ
player
there.
standing.
Yeah, this is not unexpected as UNM goes down nearly flawless. Mr. Abato wants to at least kill one, so that it's not flawless, but
couldn't pull the trigger fast enough.
yeah, that was a little unfortunate. I think if he really just shot it all, that spray might have actually gotten that kill.
But you know,
But it didn't. But here, anyways, UNM gets the full rifle buy, so whatever.
I mean, hey, he trades and
And
know,
now
we'll see.
UNM's up because they're full rifles versus the SMGs. So what are
who's
you
really
gonna do,
in
Mr.
the
Roboto? Okay, there we go. Yeah. Anyways, similar to as we were saying before, neither of us play this game.
No.
So
I mean, I've played the version of this game that exists in Apex, but nah, nothing beyond that.
I'm terrible at Apex because I play it like PUBG in that I forget that you have abilities, so I don't use them.
Speaking of abilities in this game, yeah, abilities.
I want to say it's one of reasons that I am not good at PUBG. So Gala gets a 1 right there.
Looks like it's traded. Interesting crosshair on that last one. It's like a box.
Yeah. Let's see, Frost here might just get a really good flank, or he might get 3-man face checked into. We'll have to see. He gets just a
This one.
doink right there.
Ooh, and there's that 3-man.
Yeah,
in the
there's
face.
exactly what we were expecting. Kind of have to question what he was doing right there. Look at the wall bang there, Panda. As Trout just kind of runs in. I don't know about that reload. That was a little risky as he is getting flanked on.
Yeah, they were walked right by each other.
Hey,
Trout.
Trout.
All right. I mean, hey, we won the round, but that was very unique.
Yep, and that's what you do in Valorant, I guess, is one person gets one and the other person gets the other. I don't know if that does anything.
I think it probably boosts
It's
individual
probably
econ.
ult. It's probably ult would be my guess. Is you probably get an ult half or an ult point if you do that.
Yeah.
But I think it's also, I know there's the popular CS:GO troll tactic of you, like when it's really close and you know, defuse, get up, run around, and throw it for your team. Not that I've ever done that, and I haven't because I've never played CS:GO.
Oh yeah,
but
okay.
I've seen that in like Soviet Womble
You want
videos
to play?
when they're
Let's
just
play.
messing around.
Plenty of trolling to go around.
Yep. Oh, Manon picks up Frost. Let's see, Mr. Roboto here, maybe getting shot
Shot by
Nida, as Nida gets a second.
He's
And that is a big swing here for CSU. Zexo
gonna be planting.
planting here.
planted.
Panda and Trout need to push in aggressively. Or they can just save, which might be the better option.
Player standing.
Trout got one.
They did get Nida, as he was on the 3. But yeah, this is definitely the save. He is going to get flanked. Ooh, is he looking for it? That was,
He almost had it, but that LMG.
yeah. That was a little, oh, that's not even, that is you never see that gun, the whatever it is that Marker has. That's odd. Odd choice.
Huh.
Not that I know, I know one thing about this game, and that's that you don't do that. So, interesting. He is 2-1 in his KDA, so
Well,
maybe it does work.
maybe he has some special ability that he is really good with that one.
UNM might be going for a light buy this round. It looks like
Yeah.
one person with the pistol there. Frost has the pistol, and
Still-
otherwise just the LMGs as Mr. Roboto goes down real quick.
Nida definitely
Frost.
star player here.
I don't know if you want to be here. Oh,
Sees
he's
him.
the gun barrel.
Knows he has to react, but oh,
Looking
well.
for the wall bang.
Fortunately, he's not still there.
SOM getting a little bit of information.
Knows there's.
Trout.
I assume they all know that they're on the point that
Yes.
need to get in there.
SOM with that SMG doesn't do all that much damage. Ooh, that's a good flank there. Frost going down. Trout gets a trade.
Last player standing.
SOM literally walks into a man.
That seemingly happens a lot.
We've seen this twice, and that's odd, because I don't think we've seen that before. KDA is here. Panda, SOM Cali, and Mr. Roboto. Not great there on the KDA. Trout trying to carry his team. Let's just keep. Actually, Frost has usually been the guy getting either first blood or first blooded, so we'll see where he goes.
Yeah.
As actually, it looks like Trout's going to be, because this is just going to be a B push. This is 5-man B push.
Okay.
Let's see how UNM reacts to it.
They seemingly are preparing.
Oh,
But
that's a really good recon right there. Seeing 3 people and immediately just knowing. Oh, everyone needs to come over here. Ooh, Trout getting one, SOM getting another. He traded.
UNM up 1 player.
Trout here actually holding this down. He doesn't get another, but that buys a lot of time. And UNM, I was surprised that they didn't decide to push in, get the flanks there, as Trout just got collapsed on by 3 members and no one from UNM responded.
Let's see what the rest of the team can do.
Ooh,
All right.
Panda
Ethan
gets
again.
1. 2v2. Suppressed here,
One
Panda,
enemy
looking for
remaining.
something. Marker is over there. Flashbang does not go the way he wants it.
And
And that's
he
the
gets
problem
it.
with the LMG, is it takes a bit to fire.
Yeah, a little bit of spin up time
Yeah.
on that. But yeah, good round. It looks like that second 3 that walked in late, Panda and the others, were on A site and were late rotating
Yeah.
over, which is.
And I think they were late, but I think they would have been able to make it on time. Like, I think if they just rotated more aggressively, I guess is the way we would say it. Which I understand why you don't want to do that.
Right.
Us with God vision, it's a lot easier to be like, why didn't you just run through all
Why
these
didn't
sight lines?
Why didn't you see him around the corner? He
Yeah.
was right there.
Why
guys.
didn't it just? Why there was no one there? Come on, why didn't you just all rotate instantly? Like, what? You didn't know they were all on B?
It's clearly we're just the better Valorant
Yeah.
players.
I would never say that. The other reason that I am terrible at Apex is because I'm terrible at first-person shooters. In the way at being terrible at first-person shooters that you kind of like someone who like knows them, you'd watch and be like, I didn't know that a man could physically be this bad.
Yeah, FPS is definitely my genre of gaming.
Let's see here,
But,
Frost. They've corralled CSU, kind of, but is it really CSU that's being corralled, or is it UNM?
And it looks like it because Frost not able to get that.
Nick up
And
there in heaven. Sends Panda to heaven, and now Trout in that 1v5. In
Spike planted.
probably not gonna get it. He might get one. A little off right there.
Is that
Unfortunate.
the op?
I believe so.
Yes, it is.
Yes, he does pick that one up.
Ooh,
nice.
nice shot.
And it looks like everyone's just actually chasing Trout down.
Yeah, I don't think they want the op in the next round.
Ooh, he
Ooh,
gets one. He does
oh.
get taken out. But that, I mean, that's not good econ, but that's at least.
That's 2 players down that they reset their econ. Or
Yeah,
I don't know how econ works when you die. If it's a reset or.
I don't know. It's a timeout here starting from UNM. Actually, is the one who calls that. I don't like the timeout this early.
No,
I
it
think
feels forced.
It feels like, especially from Panda, like a player, that means that something's going wrong, in a very meaningful way, right?
Right.
Yeah. Whereas, like usually, I prefer the reactive timeouts, where as me and Toby were saying, where like, okay, they go on a run of however many how many wins in a row, and you're just like, all right, we need the timeout to just like stop the momentum, reset the mental, and calm them down, calm us down from we're losing, but calm them down. It's really from like they won too many in a row. We just want them to, break the cycle, basically.
Right. Yeah.
But this, I mean, UNM just won like 2 before, and yes, it was a defuse, but like that's not worrying enough for me to want to call a timeout.
No, yeah, absolutely. That timeout seems like maybe there was something wrong with a player or something's still not off, but they are still down.
Ooh, SSOM just gets picked off right there. A push right down the middle here from CSU. CSU actually has kind of figured out that, ooh, this is a good flank by Frost here. Unable to get the headbang,
He had
though.
20 health left, unfortunately.
CSU's kind of just realized, wait a minute, if we just 5-man push into these different locations, that one was up mid, but we've seen it in B, we've seen it in A, and UNM just hasn't had a response.
No, UNM is very split, which obviously you got.
Well, I guess they did have the response with B with that really good recon the first time, and then kind of the late rotate. But with these past two, up, down, middle, now towards A, just
Let's play.
there's really nothing that they can do. Panda should pick up that gun, and no, just goes for the pistol.
I wonder what the play was there. Why not go for the gun and live? Because obviously he could hear the bomb going off soon.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been just go. I would have imagined it would have been just go for the gun and use a bigger gun than a pistol.
Right.
And try and win that. But SOM Cali, they're going for the LMG as well. 2 on each, or 1 on each team, 2 total, which is absolutely wild. Usually we've seen this gun come out as like someone tries something niche and weird. So I don't know if it's been buffed or what, but
And again, we're not Valorant players.
yeah, I couldn't tell you. Where's Mr. Roboto? There he is. Okay.
He's got the op
Yeah,
here.
I want to see the sniper. So let's see what happens, and it looks like we're just going to see another A push, 5-man from CSU and UNM. Trout's the only one here. We'll have to see what kind of defense he's going to be able to put up, because he's just wanting to stall.
Right.
We do have all these different traps or whatever put out on the map, but
It does look like a 3-man push from CSU, while the other 2 are kind of holding the mid lane. So hopefully he has a little bit of time. Ooh,
Killjoy? His location is revealed, and that was a really good ult to push out Trout into the open right there, and just, all right, you have to dodge left and shoot him. Good use of that ult. The cabbages are coming out, and they are being stopped as Zexio is planting. Was stopped somehow. Entirely certain about that one.
Oh,
as
and
SOM
Cali
gets
gets it.
one. Looking for more. Is a lot traded back and forth. UNM are down 1. No,
Ooh,
they're
nice
not.
shot.
Here, UNM pushing forward as SOM gets the wall bang.
They're just wall banging
that's
each
a
other
good.
through
He
the
picks
wall.
up the op. Nope, he picks up, I think that's called the Vandal. Oh, and he gets taken down by the knife there out of Nida.
Looks like that may have been an ult used, though.
I think that was the ult. Here as UNM down 5 now. Let's see what they're able to do. I do believe that this one is the attacker-focused, or attacker-favored map.
Okay, that would. And I mean, that would lend favor to the 5-man push,
Yes.
why they're able to do that.
It also makes sense as we know that these teams are very close in skill level just because of match 1 or game 1.
Yeah.
We saw 13 to 12 going into overtime, and now it's 2 to 7. The only thing that makes sense is okay, this map is different. More defender focuses. UNM just running in. It's not working as well as they would like. They are down. Here, an op is not going to do anything.
I don't think that was the op.
That wasn't the op. That was
the
the other thing, the other sniper rifle.
Yeah.
UNM now down 6. That was a light buy from UNM, so that that makes sense. That they just were like, well, we have SMGs. What do you do with an SMG? You run it down.
Just everyone push one sight line and try and get kills.
Your bullets don't do that much, but we have a lot of bullets.
Surprisingly, we took out 3 of them.
Oh yeah, that was not the absolute worst light buy. Like, sometimes with the light buys, you're just like, well, they all die.
Placing swamp
Flawless. Whatever.
Yeah.
What do you... Ooh. SOM gets a little bit of damage here. Let's see what he's able to do. Panda? Let's see. Zexo just gonna plant here.
Spike planted.
That wall goes down. Or I guess door? No. Ooh, Frost looked for that flick and looks like he almost got it. I think that was an ult. I don't know which one it was.
Oh, and he gets it.
Nice.
He's
All
revealed
right,
though. So
down
might
one
collapse on him.
here.
Out of charges.
Nida?
Revealing area.
Down there in hell. SOM, maybe look for the wall bang. Gets
Gets
it.
it.
Turret out.
Sees one, sees another. Does
Last
not win
player
that
standing.
trade.
Panda needs to look to his right.
Ooh, gets one, but he needs to defuse. And that's the team going down. 2 versus 9 here.
Last round before the switch.
It is the last
Well,
round before
yeah.
the swap, but
Hopefully we do see UNM take quite a few out the gate on attack, but it is a bit rough here.
yeah, we'll have to see. UNM with a little bit of a light buy. Frost on Mr. Roboto. Okay, no, there they go.
Yeah, I think I believe Econ resets after this, so they just want to
Yeah.
get what they can.
I have no idea what that gun is that Mr. Roboto has.
It looks kind of like a
He
shotgun. Oh.
did. Oh, Panda
he gets
gets
one.
one. That's actually pretty big.
Ooh, and Panda Frost
Two
both go
goes
down.
As this is just going to be an A push. Mr. Roboto looking. He has the ult. I keep wanting to call this person's Jet, I believe, and I keep wanting
Yes.
calling him Irelia, mostly because Irelia has a floating gun or floating knives around her in League of Legends. SOM. Let's see what you're able to do. 2 versus 4. Ooh, he gets
Gets
one.
one.
Good headshot. But now they know where he is. Mr. Roboto gets one as well. 2v2.
Right, they just
Have
need
the
to.
knifeies. Alright.
They gotta get the
To
enemy
push in,
defuse
SOM
here.
gets it. Okay, I think this is where... Oh, he might get it. Mr. Roboto
Oh, and
gets
they
that.
get it. They gotta
I
hit the defuse.
Think they have
soon.
time.
Yeah, he's
I
just gonna full stick it instead
I
of trading off.
Think he gets it. Okay. Well, no, the like sound, the beeping stopped, but I don't know if that was like in the smoke or what. But UNM
Switching
picks that one up
sides.
3-9. They're now on attack.
All right. And then
Pistol round again. We don't win these, which is bad because you usually if you lose them, then you also lose the next one, and then it'd be 3-11.
which
And
yeah, we do
that
not
is
want.
that is not good. So here, UNM just gonna go for that A push, 5-man, just running it in. Let's see what he's able to do. Gelato.
Gelato.
There's the gelato shop.
Ah,
Reminds me of the cafe, or the
Italian cafe.
the Italian Sherman coffee shop in Tucson.
Close, Tuscan, but
Tucson.
it's all right. It's Tucson. All right.
I've never
Looks
been
like
to
a-
Tucson. Anyways,
don't really miss it much.
never been to Ascent either. Don't even know where that is. UNM, a little less aggressively 5-man running in than I would.
It's more of a 5-man standing in, but
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking.
Alarm bot.
If we all just run in, pistols don't have the DPM to kill all of us.
it's, I mean, not wrong. And it looks
Oh,
Going
and
for the plant.
We're just going for a plant.
Spikes down.
Oh, Mannheim gets one
gets 2,
here.
Gets 3?
Gets 3.
but he gets taken out as
Trying
well.
to find someone to swap to, as Nida gets 2, and yeah, that's not good here for UNM. As
But-
it's now 3 versus 9 or 3 versus 10, and they get the bye. So.
Correct. I mean, again, we expected the lack of a win on buy
Again,
round or
we're-
pistol round.
We're not. We haven't won a pistol round yet tonight, which is not good. We are seeing the SMGs just come out, so I do like that here from UNM. They
Yeah.
just being like, well, It is 3 to 10. That's not
We need to do something.
Now the interesting thing here is I know that SOM Cali is the main I guess the main
Fragger.
but they not like a person on the team, right?
Oh.
But they did win last match with Baby Eyes in. Even though she's a sub. Do they just sub her back in for game 3? Like if it works, it works. Is that what they do? I don't know.
That may have been the timeout. Maybe there's something mental that's a little off. It's hard to say.
Couldn't tell you. Oh, let's see. I think he got it.
Yeah, Panda is revealed.
Ooh. Knowing just his corners. So Cali. Let's see what you're able to do. Actually, let's go to Trout. I don't think we've seen Trout before. I don't know if this is a new guy, if this is someone changed their name, or if I just don't remember. That is, it's any of these is Nick Toxic. He gets one more here. Trout trades one back. Looking for kill, doesn't get it. SOM Cali goes down as well. As UNM down here 13 to 11. Not what you wanted to see.
No, it's UNM basically has to win quite a few of these next ones.
But
because
it is fine. Listen, it's fine. It's definitely not. It's definitely not bad. It might be a little bad.
Yeah.
I hope we don't. Like the problem here is that we don't have the space to low econ. So we now need to do this weird light buy against, at least it's not the full rifles out here from CSU.
Right.
If it was, that would be a big problem.
Yeah, we would probably just lose.
But we do have the space. If we bring it to 12, if we're really feeling spicy about it. Trout there goes down. SOM goes down. Frost gets one back with the pistol.
They've got to find another one here.
Let's see. They get the spike. Okay. They are going to plant here. Panda gets the plant, which is surprising. Frost gets one. He's able to pick up a gun. Teleports out. That's
and
pretty
he gets
big.
another one. Oh,
He
gets
does
shot
get
in the back.
shot, but now it's 2 versus 2, plus we have the low ground. Let's see. Panda only has the pistol. Unfortunate, though.
One enemy remaining.
Roboto gets a kill.
This is
they
the last
see
one.
where he is. They get that
him.
kill. That's actually huge from UNM here.
Hey, they had all pistols, and CSU had not
couple.
a great buy. It was an all right.
Yeah,
buy,
it was
but
an all right buy in here. Now UNM getting pretty much everything they want. Panda has 4,000, so he should be able to buy. Yep, he gets that Vandal, and it's now econ across the board. Shields coming out, more or less whatever they wanted. Not quite end game, but decent.
Right.
They're fine. And yeah, so UNM is definitely doing good now.
Right. If they need to get this momentum going, hopefully after that last win, it's going pretty good.
Absolutely. UNM here looking for a push down mid, I think. Oh, Trout gets taken out there by Nida.
That op. Very unfortunate. But hey, they know where he is now, roughly.
See, okay. Vision spotted. Frost looking for something. Panda.
Looks like the cabbages were coming out. Yeah.
Teleport in. Teleport out. Panda. I have no idea what this effect is. That might be the cabbages.
I think it's something to do with it. There was leaves.
Frost?
This is always very funny to see when two people just can't.
Oh, ships in the night. Frost does get a Panda, also gets one. Sees one, gets another.
It's 2v2.
Here, 2v2. SOM Cali, and I believe that is Panda, yep.
Last player standing.
Panda gets taken out. SOM knows where he is, and he gets taken out as Zexo. Gets that as well. 14 to 12, or 4 to 12 here.
Match point.
Match point for CSU, tying it up 1-1 if they win this one. UNM need to find quite a few in a row.
Yeah. What is it?
8.
8?
Well, it's 8 to force it to like overtime.
Right.
And then after that, it's then it gets weird.
Yeah. And unfortunately, not the greatest buy here from UNM. Not the greatest buy from CSU either.
It's fine-ish. But the good news is once you win like 3 in a row, then your econ's so good that it doesn't matter as marker just gets 2.
And
That's and Nida gets another. It's 3v5.
and not impossible.
So
just
what are
very
you
unfortunate.
expecting here from map number 3?
Last player standing.
What is map number 3? Do we know?
Yes. I don't remember that though.
Is it? We've done Icebox. This is Ascent.
It's the other one.
If I played Valorant, I might know.
It was. I knew the name of it when they said, but I don't remember it. Nick Toxic there, 24 and 9, doing
Impressive.
quite well for himself.
Yeah.
4 first bloods. Look at all those first bloods, pretty much split across their team between Nick Toxic, Nida, and Manhin. Marker still doing. I think technically did the worst on his team, but still did 11, 8, and 12. Really can't
Impressive.
can't fault that, I guess.
No. Yeah. It definitely very good. Had that
Yeah.
LMG the whole time, but yeah.
Econ rating, I don't know what that means, but a 94% there for Nick Toxic. And UNM tied it up in the first round and then got tied up on, I guess.
I guess that's how you say it. Yeah.
That's how normal people say it.
Normal here
normal.
at UNM Esports.
Yeah, that's what normal people say.
But yeah, I don't know what we're going to be doing here. We're going into map 3. Do we know the name of the map yet?
They said something. I was in.
Is it
I
Haven?
joined the call. I think it is Haven. Yeah, I think it is
Yes.
Haven. Is it because you looked at that?
Yes,
and it
it
says Haven?
definitely is because.
Okay. I hope the chat's enjoying this at least. I hope we have chat.
I hope someone's.
I hope
watching
someone's
this.
watching us, just kind of lose their mind. Yeah. So I want us to play like we did in round 1, because that's a banger of a round 3 if we get it to 13, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want us to play like we did in round 2.
Right.
What that means, I will tell you in a second. It means I want better.
You got it.
Because we were talking about engineering half the time, I wasn't really paying attention to map 1. I want
Fair
us
enough.
to play like we did in map 1. You know,
Win.
we controlled the sight lines better. We had better gunfights. And I felt like our ult econ and our regular econ were just a little bit better in map 1, and I want to see that. And if there's anything more generic, please let me know. Tweet at me, at Elegant Cabbage on Twitter, and let me know more generic things that I can say. Just to fill time.
I think you missed the main one was just win better.
Oh, yeah. I would like us to just win the gunfights. If that's, just like, instead of when you peek the corners and you get shot, what if we shoot them instead?
I think that is a brilliant idea. I think you should be
I
on
think
the
I should be
coach
the
side.
coach. Eileen, move over. I'm coaching now. What is, as I don't know the champion or agents, they're agents. As I don't know the agent names, like, yeah, pick the guy with like the guy that the guy I want to call him like Buck, but I don't think that's his name.
I did know his name at one point. I do not know Brimstone. I think.
Yes, Brimstone. The best thing about Brimstone is that like that character design is in like every single FPS.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I think that's a character design in Call of Duty, like one of the whatever,
I'm sure
miscellaneous
every single
ones.
Call of Duty has one.
That's one of the champion designs in R6. Like there's always just like a large, muscular, like 6'2" dude with a beard, and that's just like that guy. He shoot big gun.
He thinks he's big man.
You know,
Put him in.
Heavy's a bit different in TF2 because he's bald and Russian, but like it's the same concept. You have the large man with large gun.
Exactly. I mean, you've got it in Overwatch with like Reinhardt.
Yeah.
I mean, you have it all over.
Heavy's a little bit different because those aren't real weapons, and he's allowed to be like fat, whereas like in these more realistic quote unquote ones, he's just jacked. He wears the freshest clothes.
As you say, realistic
Yeah.
with air quotes.
That is not to say that, TF2 is not realistic. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Going for 4 of the same.
I don't think you can do that, but I'm really wondering what that BM means, because I'm sure that's a champion no one plays.
I think it's the newest one.
The newest one?
It might be banned.
So it might be banned. So it might just be it might be like a throwdown, like, haha, we did it. Whoever Panda's hovering, I don't know who that is. That looks like Ian from ForgottenWeapons.com, Gun Jesus.
I have no idea what that is, but I'm sure it
But
looks
yeah,
just like
okay,
him.
so yeah, like Brimstone. He looks like he's your standard special ops. They have the beard.
He's got the beret.
Got the beret. No nonsense. Like that's your most like. I don't know what that trope is called, but that's definitely like a trope, right?
The big man trope.
Yeah, the big man trope. I'm sure that might actually be what it's called.
Yeah,
Breach. We got that. We got a Cypher, and that's pretty much the only Abby normal thing. We got a KO, Sova on both teams, a Chamber. We see that occasionally.
Usually Mr. Robato's on that one.
Yep, and generally relatively even across the board, even though I think there was only exactly one champion agent that both teams are playing. Pistol round, as we've said, we haven't won one yet, so maybe this is where it changes.
Haven's just our map.
In a note to production, I can't hear the game. I don't know if that's just because they're not doing anything, but we'll find out when they start shooting.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
there we go. I swapped and then I could hear him, so maybe that person was just being quiet. I don't know. Trout just might not make noise. Anyways, UNM doing a fan out here, which I don't like on pistol round. I want them to do exactly what CSU is doing, where you just run in 5-man,
stick together.
and you just go, more pistol is more betterer. Ooh, Panda gets one SOM. That's a lot of trades back and forth.
Still 3-3.
Trout trades one, 3-3. Zexo does plant. UNM has not had very good luck with putting people off once they've already planted. Frost looks for one, not able to get it here. Trout using his battle iPad.
Gotta have an iPad.
Gotta have the battle iPad. Oh, Mr. Roboto just kind of looking here. Okay. Sees one. He's able to get it.
Enemy down.
Trout finds one. Shoves bullets into a dragon and dies.
It's very unfortunate, but yeah, they were up 1 at that last fight there.
But UNM going down 2 here, not a big deal. It is only 0-2. Hopefully we don't see just a repeat of last time where we kind of fall apart, I guess.
Right.
Still a little worried about that timeout.
Yeah, that timeout definitely.
The timeout and then like immediately losing like 5 in a row is definitely not what I want to see.
Right.
But here UNM, not a light buy, 2 shotties coming out with the LMGs, and let's see what UNM's able to do with it here. Panda's gonna find 2. Not actually. Ooh, he actually finds one. That can be big. Let's see if UNM wants to push in to find that gun. Not looking quite like it.
Yeah, they definitely saw that other person.
That was sad. If they had a little bit better guns, that definitely would have been a kill there from UNM, but unfortunately it was just pistols for them. It's pistols for you,
Yeah,
UNM.
that was
Launching smoke.
very unfortunate.
UNM here 4 versus 3.
Last player
Ooh, 4
standing.
versus 1. Trout here.
Trout knows where.
Sees a lot of bodies
is.
behind him. No, not quite able to get it. As UNM goes down 2, no big deal. They get the better econ here and will get the full rifles versus the submachine guns here from CSU.
Right. Yep. Yeah, and all 4 are the same.
Yep. I believe that's
Five.
the... Oh, no. Trout changing to... Looks like an auto shotgun if I had to guess. but I have no idea. And yeah, everyone's just SOM gets one different one here. Let's see what Panda's up to.
All right.
I
Yeah, got that
am
good
going
first kill,
to
but
swap off of him as he spams the relay.
sometimes, yeah,
Sometimes
you
you
just
just
fun.
change to a person and you're like, I regret this. Oh, Trout, he's going to be spotted here, and then he's. Oh, I expected
There
him
are
to.
5 in there.
He doesn't immediately go down, but he does know that there's a lot of people right there. UNM slowly moving their way over. Cross trades one, trades two. That may be big. Panda is here. That's going to be Zexo. Does get the plant. One more goes down. Nida is here.
3v2.
See him?
Oh,
bad.
Enemy.
Not reload, but
Enemy
he
remaining.
sees that, looks for it, he gets it as Mr. Roboto gets that double kill and puts UNM on the map.
all right.
See if he decides to give one over. Yep,
Yep.
and he does. Oh, oh, hello, hello.
What's going on?
Okay.
Callie. Supposed to defuse. Couldn't tell you what was going on there. But
I don't know, but UNM. I mean 1-2.
winning that
That's
first
fine.
rifle round.
Yeah. As we've said, I mean, this is a lot more reminiscent of round one, where sure we haven't won a pistol round, but that's not a big deal.
Maybe we work on the pistol rounds
Yes.
going forward, but
At this point, I think okay, not winning a single pistol round is a little concerning. But
You want
as
to
long
play,
as you're able to
let's
win these
play.
rifle rounds,
Yeah.
it should be fine.
see,
And
Trout
he's using
on
his
his
iPad.
yeah, he's using his iPad. He's hacking them, seeing what they can do. SOM Cali gets one.
It's that first blood.
Panda looks for something.
Panda very low.
Man, I hate that.
I don't know what the reason is.
I don't think
doing
there
that.
is a reason, actually. It's so that their fingies stay warm. That's it.
That's
That's it.
That's right.
Panda, I think there's someone on the other side of the wall. I'm not entirely certain. There might not even be a wall right there. I think there's a little, like, alcove. Here, looks like CSU running here, going for that B push.
Yeah,
Nida,
almost all
ooh.
members there.
Ooh, as SOM and Trout go down, but now quick moves over. Panda, very low on HP. See what he's able to do. His marker does plant the bomb. 3v4. UNM needs to push in. Panda? I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the ult coming out. He's trying to find something. As Zexo trades one. Mr. Roboto tries to look for it, and it's just not enough.
Yeah,
as
Mr.
UNM
Roboto gets the one, but every person you can take down is less econ for the other team.
Yeah, UNM wanted to push in there, but just were a little slow in the rotates, and then had to push into that highly defended, planted position. Ultimates, pretty good econ actually here across the board. Mr. Roboto, Trout, and SOM all one away. Actually, SOM's two away,
but close.
whatever. With one ready, two ready here for CSU, and then two relatively close. So give or take about the same, I would say. UNM on this light buy, we'll have to see what they're able to do with Nida. Just using the ult gets one out right there immediately. Here, Mr. Roboto looking for something. Panda gets one. He's taken out by Nick Toxic.
3v4 here. UNM's gonna find one here to even this out.
Ooh, as Mr. Roboto's
There's
taken down. But this actually is pretty even, which is surprising. From this low econ round, let's see what UNM's able to do with it. Trout wants to do something as a really good teleport there out from CSU. Will force this just
Yeah, they teleported to the C site bomb?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
And now UNM needs to play this super defensively. They see no one's on B, so they now know it has to be over on C. Not many sight lines in. To see what's going on.
Looks like they're all going different
SOM Cali
angles.
might get a good flank here. He sees one. He gets one. Ooh, does not get a second, but 2v2. UNM here needs to defuse, looking for a smoke just to get
Player
some,
standing.
but that's not going to be enough here. Mr. Roboto looking for their defuse, gets the second, and that's going to be bullets hitting. I don't even know if it was enough time anyways. 1-4 here, UNM trails 3.
UNM had some good kills there, but they seemingly go down early.
They
Either get traded first or...
Well, it's also what I'm seeing, and now that I'm kind of able to, like, we're seeing UNM trading early, like going 3 for 3, which is fine, right?
Right.
And then getting not so much caught in rotations. That's kind of different, but more getting out-rotated, and then just, like, not moving quick enough to, sure, that was A to C, but that was so much time for CSU to just sit there and find the sight lines, let the bomb tick up here. Panda, finds one somehow right there.
He didn't even take damage
He
there.
took 2, he takes
took
3 out.
What? He still has full health.
What? That was just a mistake there from CSU. He should not have been able to do that. And I mean, that wasn't even, does he get a 4th? Nobody stops Nida from doing it. Trout gets it as flawless coming out from UNM off the back of Panda. That was,
What
I mean,
just
a really
happened?
good play by Panda, but that was also just a misplay by CSU. 3 members there. He was standing. He shot 1. He took his time to move over to the other.
And he
took
wasn't
his
even
time
shooting the guy in
to
the
move
corner.
to the 3rd, and he got all of them. And it
still
wasn't
had
even
full
close.
I
Uh,
do
Voice
not.
of God coming in. One of them was flashed and could not see.
That, I mean, that's still a 2v. That's still a 2v1 with them feeding information to the 3rd, but
Right. Yeah.
That's
maybe
still-
it's just poor communication.
oh, as Mr. Roboto goes down there. Here, UNM does have good control of all 3 sites, and CSU not quite deciding where they want to go, so UNM has time to work with.
Frost.
Ooh, Nick Toxic. They're taken out.
Frost is well going down. 3v4 here.
Yeah, 3v4, but the good news is the plants haven't come out, which is something that UNM just has struggled with a little bit. Trout, I think he knows someone's there. He's able to do, but now the rotations are coming out. 4 over 2A here from CSU as UNM slow to move, but
No plant yet.
no
so I
plant.
think they're just waiting for CSU to make the first move.
Yep, and that first move they will. Here, SOM looking for something. They see the plants coming out, so they're trying to get something with this ult here out from SOM. They get a bunch of chip damage. We'll have to see if that becomes useful. I think Trout got... I think he got information off of that. Ooh, check the
he didn't
wrong
check the... Oh.
corner. Definitely not what you want to see. As Mannheim gets 2!
I think that was the same shot, too.
Yeah, at
collateral.
2 in a row, or 4 in a row there from Mannheim. Kill streaks don't matter in this game, but it's still cool, unless they do. Someone in the chat tell me if they do. They might do better for Econ. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't play this game.
If I knew, I'd tell you, and I don't.
Looking at the ult economy there, pretty even.
Relatively even. UNM down a little bit.
Right.
But nothing that I would worry about.
Nothing around that'll dictate this round.
Yeah, absolutely. But UNM still down 3, 5-2. UNM's been able to get a couple of points here and there, but not as much as they would want. Frost looking for something.
Frost knows the op is there.
Lucky for him, he didn't take it as Panda. He gets 1. Looking for more, but no one's over on that side. Little does he know, Frost gets hacked. Elite Haxer is there for CSU.
Hopefully Frost was able to alert his team that at least a couple of them are on C. pushing.
Ooh, but Manon gets 1. SOM Cali trades it. Mr. Roboto has this ult. See what he wants to do. Ooh, he sees 1, he sees 2.
Ooh.
He does go down, but that's good information out that says everyone from UNM should be rotating. But the bad news is that that's saying that CSU is rotating as well because they see everyone is on C.
Maybe UNM's going to try and double predict
Oh,
ahead. And
no, it looks like that's what they're doing. They didn't see anything happen, so they're just going to be like, all right, go back to defense. Looks like it's still going to be
30
a C
seconds
push.
left.
Frost has time to work with. UNM has 25 seconds here, as that's going to be 3 down. That's going to be information. We should see SOM Cali start moving over, and we do. We see Panda as well here. Frost, what can he do? He gets 1. Does he get 2? He does!
gets 2.
That's absolutely
One
insane.
enemy
They
remaining.
have
10
the
seconds
spike
left.
here, and that should be this round for UNM.
I assume CSU is probably just going to back off after this.
They might try and get a trade, but Zexo is half HP. What he wants to do here.
Yep. Time
And
expired, and that's
he's just going to.
yeah, much closer game here than game 2. 3-5.
Yeah, Frost there putting up a good defense, even if he only traded that 1 and didn't just got that chip damage on that second person. That was still more than enough for him to. Everyone was already rotating. Love to see that. Just getting the, pinning someone down for that extra couple of seconds while the rest of your team rotates. Such good, much better map movements than we've been seeing from this UNM team, and I like that. Now trailing only by 2 here. UNM looking for something here, as CSU is just kind of running it down mid.
One of the
Ooh,
the jump from
Nida.
CSU, yeah, very low and
Spike
going down.
mid.
Ooh, that was a spike carrier too. SOM shooting more in there. Ooh, Panda gets 1.
Up 5-3.
See what he can do. Looking. Ooh. Nice,
Oh,
he
he
gets
gets him.
it.
Spike down A.
Gun here.
1 enemy
And
remaining.
that's was UNM gotta get the flawless every time I've called it out. We haven't.
And you called it out, Dieter.
I think it's okay. They know where he is. They know where the spike is. Like, this isn't a.
No.
This is no longer a hard game, unless Zexo just clutches harder than he ever has before, where everyone knows where he is. He's getting collapsed on all 4 sides. That's
just impressive.
yeah, that's honestly, that's
that.
when that happens, you're like, all right, sometimes they just, sometimes they're just better.
So sometimes the clutch is real. And
Yep.
What can you do?
But no, UNM played that correctly, coming in from 2 different angles. They had 4 people, so it wasn't even remotely close. But UNM looking to tie it up here, 4-5, win 2 in a row, looking for another to tie this one up, as we're seeing the 5-man push down towards A out from CSU. Let's see what they're able to do. Response here from UNM. Ooh, I think that was a little too early. They see a lot of stuff coming out. Rotates coming out.
Full team rotation, it seems.
Oh, as Frost goes down, and now UNM needs to fight into this corridor
Well,
of
maybe
A.
they're gonna go up.
Spike planted.
Maybe they'll all just come out of this top. See? Firebolts coming out. Checking their corners. They don't see it. So let's see. UNM deciding 5-man pushes are cool. SOM Cali immediately gets 1. They look for 1 here down in heaven. Gets a headshot. Nida trades 1 here as SOM gets 1. As Panda's just going to defuse. Ult's coming out here from SOM to just buy time. Defuse no longer
Last
coming
player
out.
standing.
Panda
1
went
enemy
down.
remaining.
Let's see.
He sees
SOM
him.
looking for the 1v1. Pulls the pistol. Not able to get it.
Oh, maybe.
So close.
So unfortunate.
As
My
Merker-
buddy dies to the bomb.
Yeah, that was a bit odd. But 4-6, UNM definitely bringing this one much closer. This feels much more like the map 1 that we saw as opposed to the map 2 UNM.
Right. Absolutely. UNM putting up very
And the
good
fact
fight.
that, the other thing is the fact that that was a 5-man push out from CSU, and UNM didn't just fold, is perfect.
Right, yeah.
That is
UNM
exactly what we want to see.
UNM played that very well.
The fact that, yeah, that was as
You
close
want
as
to
it
play?
was.
Let's play.
Is UNM pushing forward
Frost
themselves
huge.
as
Ooh,
Panda
well,
just,
yeah, when
okay.
you get ulted.
Oh, Frost
getting
takes
one.
1. But now Mr. Obato might not be in the greatest spot himself. So let's see what he's able to do. Nida over there. Let's see what he's able to do. Spike is over on C, as Zexo will plant that one. And
Spike
Didn't check
planted.
the right
didn't
corner.
check the corner, so now there is a flank position. We'll see what Trout wants to do. He knows where they all should be, because that's where they've been the whole time. But I don't think they know that there is someone behind him.
3v4.
No, SOM. Trout gets revealed. I still don't think they know someone's behind him.
They do now.
Oh, they get it. Mr. Roboto gets that.
Great no
But now he has to try and get even more, and that's going to be Mr. Roboto going down 7-4 here for UNM.
Last round
Unfortunate,
in the
but
half.
like you said, they did not know someone was behind them that whole time.
Yeah, that was just really unfortunate, pretty much. As UNM, doing fine. I would say not the greatest, 4-7. But it's fine. If they win this one, I think they'll be happy. Being down two behind is okay. Maybe less so that we haven't won a pistol round, but you know, maybe this one.
Maybe this
will
next
be
one.
different.
You know what? It's gonna be different.
It will
Man,
be different.
okay. That is unfortunate.
That was Mr. Roboto who got it. I think
Oh.
I was on the wrong person.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I was too busy talking about pistol rounds. Here, Trout looking, seeing what he can fish for.
You know what, Dieter?
Yeah.
You're so punny.
Let's see if Trout's able to be the bait for the rest of his team.
You know what? One more, and I'm gonna get up and walk away.
I'm trying to think of. I think that's all I got.
Do you think Frost is cold on that trigger?
What?
You know, Frost cold.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ooh, Nida gets one.
Oh.
Oh.
Knows. Trout.
Trout. Okay. Well, I guess he doesn't know that Trout's
But
behind.
he
But
just
now
let his teammate
I don't
die.
entirely know how SOM Cali went down there, but all right. Frost has to pull out something big. Well, that's something big.
That's one. Oh, he doesn't. See
Oh,
it.
Panda gets one traded back, or one on the other side. Sees one, not able to get it. As Trout now needs to book it.
This is Trout. I guess died somewhere. In the
Oh
middle.
yeah, that's Panda. My bad.
Both the bearded
The
guys.
fish, or not the fish. Panda's not a fish. The animal ones. Okay. Ult. I think that's ult. Yeah. Ult's ready. It goes away, so just use it. Location revealed. They know his sightline, so he has to be good on these flicks. Just use the ult. My man. My main man. You're running out of time. Okay. Use it. Now run in. This is like the only thing you have left. You need to... He needed to play this one more aggressive.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. He,
well,
trades,
he got one.
trades one, but it doesn't matter.
It was weird because next round is pistol, so it doesn't matter if you save your gun.
Yeah.
Your whole play there is to.
No, yeah. He needed to just, ult and hope that his ult made enough disruption that he's able to win the 2v1.
I mean, maybe there's something we don't know.
The only thing I can think is maybe he was doing the mind games. Like, I understand if he did, like, the ult, because they're probably expecting him to ult and then run out immediately.
Right.
So I can understand, like, the mind games of, like, ult, wait, go out, shoot.
Right,
But
yeah. But
then
I mean,
then
he
you
had
also
that
have to
stun
get
and-
into, like, pre-firing and, like... well, they know he's going to run out from there, so just dump your ammo.
It's
But whatever. Yeah, I think that one. I think that you're probably going to lose that anyways. So just run in. As UNM here on the attack, 4-8. Let's see what they're able to do. They want to win 8 in a row. That would definitely be the best. As
they are sprinting.
so far, nothing's happened. Frost gets one, and they're just gonna plant. All right.
See why not?
Trout looking for this kind of flank position. I don't actually think that. Ooh, that was
It. Oh, you're out of
almost
ammo.
Okay. They got it anyways. Ooh, good headshot. Now they see more, and
Gets, there's
more of
just
a
one
spray
left.
and pray, honestly.
I.
They see him. They
know he's
get
in,
him.
they get him. Hey, a pistol round win for
We
UNM.
won it. What is this?
It's crazy.
Okay.
Maybe we don't need to practice it. Maybe we just.
No. We did just practice it.
Maybe, I think what we need.
5 times in a row we practiced it.
And hey, on the say,
Yeah,
you know
on
they
the
say
sixth.
6 times the charm.
Yeah, as they say, everyone gets 5.
But I think honestly the strat there was just all 5 of us sprint in, pistols just
that's
going.
usually what you see on pistol round. You usually don't see all that much like strategy. You just be like, all right, it's pistol round, 5v5, let's go.
Who cares?
The people who are better with pistols win. And it's weird that we didn't see really either team do that. Mr. Robato's out front here. They do have the SMGs across the board here from UNM. Nida has whatever that one is. As Frost and Mr. Robato just get 2.
They are just
throwing. And they get 3rd. What is going on?
This is Frost going down, but
I mean,
what is
they have the plant already, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the strength of winning the pistol round. As we've said, you just get to have better guns. You just shoot.
One enemy remaining.
Panda gets 1. They know he's only in 1 of 2 places, probably. They're going to get the explosion here.
Hopefully they don't
UNM,
die by it.
I think they're fine. Oh, I think they see him. Oh, Nida gets 1. That's pretty good. He is the guy with the other gun as Trout picks him up. And that's actually, I want to say, killing the guy who actually bought, that's probably pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, CSU definitely.
Might not be.
And
Well, he just rebuys, but he doesn't have the full shield. So that pretty
yeah,
good.
Yeah, definitely resetting that and going for that kill instead of just letting him live.
Well, I think you go for that in the 4v1 because even if you trade,
Absolutely.
your
Well, yeah,
econ is just so much better no matter what.
And they just had SMGs.
I mean, the buys here from UNM, I think it looks like we're kind of saving, which isn't that big of a deal because we were on SMGs. But now the rifles are coming out here from CSU, so I am a little confused.
Yeah, definitely going to be a different type of round. UNM probably going to play a little more conservative this time.
Yeah, UNM maybe going for that trade not as good if this is going to be their econ play, but
don't know why Spike is on the ground.
Here, Panda, he's gonna push forward, see if he's able to kill Nida. Ooh, sees him, and he gets him.
He gets him. And
that
with
was
solid
the
health, too.
Slowest flick I've seen in my life.
That was just slowly getting closer. And
Nida should have had that sightline first, I think, but I mean, Panda won it, so cool. That was the ultimate out from Panda, I believe. Now that's just gonna buy space here. Marker so low. Manhand going to go down there out of SOM Cali. See where he is. He's on the wrong side, but that is everything being planted for UNM. That is unlucky.
Unfortunate, Panda. Not able to find those.
Robato on the wrong side here. They do not get that. Reloading in a really inopportune time. Well, let's see if this... Okay, nope. SOM Cali go down, and the defuse will come out.
That Markier had so little health that whole... Both of them are very, very low health, just not able to find those finishes.
Yeah, unfortunate there for you, and I'm not quite able to do that, but very, very close for them, and that was on a low econ round, so...
Right, yeah.
I'm not worried. 6 to 9, haha, it's the sex number.
You could have just said, the gamer number. You didn't have to go all the way, but...
UNM here looking to even this one up. They have the full buy as Manhunt there just on the pistol. Gets the bigger pistol.
Is that the sheriff?
I thought it was the judge, but either way, it's something Western like that. Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it looked like he had no econ left either. But
so yeah, UNM up a little bit there in the econ department. Their econ chugging along just fine. Panda. I don't like how that there's something just kind of weird about what it looks, but they're just using the ultimate to buy a little bit of space and then shooting down Trout and Frost to find one. And bought space, gonna throw the spike down. 4v3 here for UNM.
Yep. Finding 2, they're up in lives.
Yep, and that's just the good old of Panda to use that. Force his way in. Here.
It looks like UNM's going to want to back off the point here. Maybe play a little bit more past the
Zexo does get that kill. He's going to just get doinked there by Frost.
Those corners.
which is odd because I feel like they knew that was where he was. Merker might go down here for Frost. He's on a 3-kill spree. But they also just know where he is, and he gets
wow,
it.
what a
4 for
flick.
him. And that's UNM 7-9.
Very impressive.
Trailing by 2, but I feel like they're in a pretty happy situation right now. At least if I'm them, I'm not worrying all that much, especially everything's been really close. So if they're just able to even it up and then trade 1 for 1, still doing pretty good overall.
Absolutely. UNM, it's definitely another map where it seems like attackers are a little favored. But looking at ultimates, CSU in a much better position.
CSU almost has all of them, and UNM has almost 1, 2, sort of. Yeah, Panda does hit a wall. Let's see what they're able to do. They're just going to 5-man just kind of run towards A, but it looks like CSU knows what's happening. Let's see if the jig is up as Nida gets the first kill there onto Mr. Roboto.
It's that knife. Oh, and another
gets
knife.
another one. Good ultimate here out from Nida. More like Knifa.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he is. But yeah, Nida's definitely
Pistols
getting
here.
ult.
Is that really actually just pistols from CSU?
I
Well, I
think-
guess that makes sense because Nida has the ult,
Yeah, they're definitely.
but this still
ulting.
should be a good kill or just like good positioning out from UNM.
Yeah, it seems like CSU is favoring to just do all ults. Like, just use all of them.
We'll see what they want to do. Panda looking for wall bangs, I think is what he was doing there. I don't, UNM's doing something.
Maybe taking a slow rotate. Maybe just going to take the loss on
Back
this one.
door, I don't know. They're moving quite slowly here. They have 20 seconds to work with.
Yeah, going to C, it seems.
Yeah, going to see. The rotates are not coming out from CSU, so they might be able to find something here, but they only have about 13 seconds. And that's going to be a lot. Checked the wrong corner. Did he?
No.
That is going to be a trade of 1.
And that
That's going to
knife.
be the spike planted. Let's see here what Frost is able to do. He's looking. He's not quite able to do it. As UNM lose another pistol round, this time a little more embarrassing.
Yeah, I just wanted to check on those ults. Yeah, so CSU used 2 ults.
Yes.
Only 2, and was able to take out the whole team. Unfortunate, but
Thrifty.
definitely.
Yeah, thrifty there. I think that means that they didn't buy it all.
But yeah, they were all surviving members able to grab those guns. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, as UNM here needing to do a light buy themselves, it looks like, as all rifles here out for CSU.
All rifles and an op.
Yep.
Nida.
And, yep, just going to be a pistol round. Let's see if UNM is going to be able to trade this one back. 3 ults ready for 2. Mr. Roboto 1 away from his own, so he should be able to get that one pretty easily. But this is, okay, some guns are coming out here from UNM.
Yeah.
Let's see, I want Mr. Roboto. Let's see what he's able to do here. He gets a little slowed. He gets 1.
Gets one.
Good
Ooh.
kill right there. Then going to throw smoke out Frost Tree.
Wants
or
to
gets
get
1
out.
as well. I don't think he knows that Nida is there. But might be looking for it. Alright.
Backing up, and he has that Vandal now. or
UNM is up
something.
2. So let's see what they're able to do. Guns, relatively even across the map now. Except Mr. Roboto has 2. Oh, okay.
Yep,
He has
he's
the ult.
gonna- yeah, so trading that
Deploying drone.
assault rifle to his teammate, and
Going for the ult himself. Now everyone's just going to push in B. Think they should know what's going on. As the spike will just be planted here. Ooh, is Panda going to go down to Nida?
Ooh,
And
yep,
he is.
but Nida's going down.
SOM Cali, and more importantly, he went down just as. Okay. That was.
We are watching the wrong
Oh,
team.
yeah, I was like, what is
One
going on
enemy
here?
remaining.
SOM Cali is able to get that. And I think he's going to look in the wrong corner. No, he is not.
And he
Gets
gets
that
it.
one. And a
And that's
thrifty.
right back at you.
That's definitely not what you expect. But it's a good thing that UNM was able to thrifty their own round.
Yeah, definitely interesting 2 rounds that
Yes.
we've seen. But
And-
Jet ult. coming in clutch.
Yeah,
times.
both UNM and CSU have 3 ultimates ready, and that's really about it. Panda's relatively close, but nothing to write home about. And we're just going to see another light buy here out from CSU as all rifles and what they want are coming out from UNM. We'll have to see what they do. Mr. Roboto? Usually the sniper here from UNM as Trout runs in front of him.
Yeah, that, teammates walk in front of your bullets, it's not uncommon in FPS games.
Ooh,
Panda
Zexo does go
down.
down there. Or Zexo kills Panda. Panda goes down. Let's see. Frost is not in the greatest spot in the world.
Might
but
need his team to bail him out.
If he moves to the left, I think he dies. But I think if he doesn't move, he's fine. Manhin goes down.
Yeah, try CSU up 2 here.
UNM not in the greatest of positions. See, if Frost might, because of just where he is, they probably don't think he's there. Oh, he's checking. See if he's able to win this flick versus Nida.
Nida has a hard scope with a op right now, so whatever he does, he's got to be fast.
And that's Nida getting that one. As you said, hard scope with the op.
30 seconds left.
All right, well, the good news here, UNM does have control of the spike.
They got to do something. It is a 2v5.
See if UNM even wants to do anything. They might just want to trade or, save this round. I think at this point, that's what you do. SOM Cali doesn't even have the greatest sight line here. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, UNM's going to lose this one on time, going to 11-8, 3 trailing. UNM does need to tighten it up a little bit in order to get to overtime, which is, of course, what we're hoping for. We definitely want the overtime.
Yeah. Or just win the next 5 in a row.
Yeah, or that. Well, no, I want the overtime. Like I want UNM to win like 3 and then lose and then win like 3 more or 2 more and get to overtime. That's my I don't want UNM to lose anymore, but like I want the overtime.
Yeah, always more fun that way.
Always more fun. Mr. Roboto here pushing forward.
A couple ults coming up from both teams, it seems.
Suppressed here from Mr. Roboto. 3 ults ready for UNM versus the none here from CSU. Let's see if they're able to use that for the advantage. Frost doesn't need an ult for that as Nida just wins that with the op. Gets another one.
Down mid.
Not what you want to see as the spike here needs to be picked up by SOM Cali. Ooh, he might be able to see Zazo here. Does see him. That means he has to win that flick. But while that was going on, he was telling one of his teammates, Panda, go get it. No one's there. Run.
Get it now. Hurry. But Panda got it.
Yep, as a 3v4, UNM trying to do something. Wallbang's coming out. Let's see.
Don't know what UNM's going to do here.
Yeah, they need to decide something. A is currently undefended. It looks like they might go C.
Yeah, probably taking it C.
Going C.
30 seconds left.
They need to do something. There's no good sight lines here for CSU on C. So UNM does have a decent opportunity here, I guess, but that's going to give them all away. Ooh, checking. Okay, they should be able to get this good plant. Plant coming down. Mr. Roboto trades 1. Nida goes down. That may be big. And now we have a plant. Panda sees 2.
Panda very low. He's got to play very safe.
Let's see what UNM's able to do here. They just need to buy time, but it's quite a bit of time here for the defuse. Panda, Mr. Roboto is scoping. He's looking. Let's see if he's able to get it. Panda trades 1. Oh, Panda now 1v2. He goes down. That's going to be Marker getting 2, and that's going to be the match point here for CSU.
All right, let's see what UNM. Now they have to win the next 5.
Yes, now UNM actually has to win the next 5 in a row.
Match point.
Very, very close.
Yeah, Econ's decent.
Yeah, not bad. Trout may have some difficulty.
No, he'll be fine.
Not the ideal gun, but
Yep, he'll be whatever. Not the ideal gun, but it's definitely better than a pistol. As the Nida, I believe that is the op, and then the Vandal over there for everyone else.
yeah, Nida on that op has seemingly been one of UNM's problems.
Absolutely. So here, what we want to see is Mr. Obara actually winning the trade pretty much with Nida, since they are usually the snipers for both teams. But here, Panda leading the charge, going to use that ult. See what he's able to do. C1, Mr. Obato trades, or doesn't trade, gets one very early as the spike's going to be put down. Panda looking for something. SOM Cali. Let's see, Mr. Obato here looking for something. He is definitely spotted, and they're just going to keep throwing more smokes. That one, not exactly where you want to see.
Didn't go where I think you wanted it to go.
Now CSU needs to push in. Ooh, that's good. Mr. Roboto and Panda get one each. The Toxic trades one for Frost, but they know where those two members are now. Nida, so good on that op. But what are they able to do? And it's look like they're just going to give this one up, which I think is about fair. You're already up by 4. You don't need to hard push this one. Trout,
end game shooting.
Toxic. And nothing happens. All right, UNM off to the races here, exactly where they want to be, because you need to win 1 in order to win 5.
Right.
So here, Mr. Roboto, or actually, yeah, still on that same gun. Econ's decent across the board. Actually, Frost's not going to be able to have the full shield. That might be a big deal.
Yeah, looks, yeah, same loadout. Nida does have that ult. We may see that come out. So they might be saving that for next.
Let's see, Nida is there, has the ult, is spotted out. Mr. Roboto should know that they have the ult too, and now this is going to be a C push once again, but CSU is rotating.
Got the spike.
Here, Trout finally picking up that spike. Ooh, but maybe it was a juke out as Panda gets one.
Panda gets first blood here, but Nida very, very low. May have that kill on her soon.
Oh, but no one's responding to the A rotate here from UNM, as CSU doesn't know.
See, well, yeah, it looks like everyone is rotating A now.
Everyone's rotating A. Spike has been planted, forcing everyone to come to them. UNM just doing the same thing that they did. Now they're up 1, though. Let's see, UNM just looking. Zexo does get Mr. Roboto, though. That might be big. They see him up there, but they pick him up. Oh,
not able to find
not
it.
Quite able to find it. That SOM Cali has his location revealed. Only needs to buy a little bit more time. 2v2, 2v1. SOM Cali sees the last person.
It's 1v1.
Here, Trout needs to win the 1v1. He knows the defuse has to come out. Just needs to buy time, and there's going to be the explosion. UNM win 1 more, and keeping the dreams alive.
Mark here gets killed by that one.
Absolutely.
Not able to get out.
So UNM, pretty happy here. Backs against the wall. That is their comfort zone. Of course, just 2 more explosions, and then they'll be in the match point as well. So that's where we want to see 2 more in a row. Unfortunately, we have not seen a 4 in a row right yet. And I also think that if UNM wins this 3rd, if you're CSU, you call the timeout. Because you still have one.
Right.
So let's see, Mr. Roboto looking for something.
UNM really needs this first pick here. It's really going to help that momentum and get them started.
Let's see what they're able to do. They want to go for that C push once again, but last time we did see that they did fake it out. Frost pushing. Mr. Roboto looking for something, but no one's in that sight line. Oh, here we see. Oh, there's checking the wrong lines. A lot of bullets going past each other.
Frost gets the first blood.
First blood. Ooh, they they see another. Mr. Roboto getting a lot of information for his team.
Unable to find
They're
anything
able
with that
to
ult.
do. Mr. Roboto has the high ground, and as we know, you cannot lose when you have the high ground.
Yes, the great
Frost
lessons.
is in a
very precarious
in
situation.
a not great spot, but this bomb has been planted here for V4. UNM has won this the last couple of times. SOM Cali getting wall banged.
Oh,
he
very
just gets
unfortunate.
taken down. Nida gets that one. Mr. Roboto, what can you do?
Nida's
Nida
got
gets
the ult.
another. Nida gets
Ooh.
another here. As Trout has to win this for his team. No,
He has
the
to
defuse is
find-
coming out. They see him. They know where he is. He needs to buy just a little bit more time. He gets one. He gets two. Get it out. He gets it.
all
He
of them.
clutches it out. Keeps the series alive for UNM.
Trout going absolutely insane. Oh,
I mean, that was also CSU playing that terribly.
CSU got a little cocky there.
CSU was like, what if we all sat in a line?
And then didn't defuse as well. They thought that, oh.
UNM keeping their dreams alive. I'm actually really surprised that CSU is not calling the timeout right here.
No, yeah.
But UNM needs one more to keep themselves alive, and then it becomes anyone's game as UNM deciding here to run towards A. Ultimates available, 2 for UNM, 1 here for CSU.
Let's see what they. It looks like an A push here from UNM. 3 on A, 2 mid.
Frost. Sees one. All right, that's info. A little bit of information. I think that's someone above them, but I don't know if that's any wall that can be banged or what. Here, Mr. Roboto does use his own ult. His marker has one for his own. Is UNM deciding? Okay, A's pretty defended here. Let's go somewhere that isn't A. Mr. Roboto has the ult. He'll be able to play Vanguard for his team if he wants to.
UNM's got to make a move here. They've got 50 seconds, but it's probably smart that they make a move here pretty soon.
Absolutely. B sight lines are pretty defended here. Frost, once again, kind of in no man's land. Is he able to get it? He does. Good
first
headshots
blood.
for him. Panda gets one as well. Actually, Trout picks that
Oh,
one
and
up. Mr. Roboto gets one. UNM up 5 versus 2. They are going to put the... Did they get it? Okay, they planted. No,
No, they have not.
Put the spike down.
The enemy Sova was using his
Oh,
ult.
man, him gets
Frost.
one. But this is still such a good position here for UNM.
UNM should play this very passively. They should wait for the enemy to push.
As
not-
Mr. Roboto hasn't used any of his ult yet, so they're just
I
sitting
believe he
happy
did
here.
use one.
Oh, yeah, one. Okay.
Yeah.
Have a lot of just kind of things to play with. Trout perfectly fine over here. Use the reinforcements if they need to be called in, but this is going to go the distance. I think that's one. That's
And this
two
two.
down. That's UNM taking it to match point for both teams.
All right, UNM putting up a fight here. They have gone, what, 5 in a row now?
4 in a row
4 in a row.
here. And now we are into overtime. You need 2 to win. UNM is on defense here first. Let's see if they're able to keep it up.
Right.
Maybe you only get 1 timeout per match? I don't know. No, because UNM timed out twice. I don't know. Or no, CSU timed out the first game. Huh. I don't know. Maybe they don't have any left. I don't know. I just work here. Here,
don't even play this
UNM
game.
looking for defense. As CSU is looking for this A push.
Looks, yeah. 4 stacked A. Looks like Mercure on the C side.
Let's see, Frost looking for something.
Mr. Roboto with the op. Looking to find an early pick.
See if he's able to win this op war. Mr. Roboto
He
is able to get
does!
it. And that's Nida being taken out. That's a huge pick here.
That was who he needed to take out in this fight.
Absolutely. Highest KDA or highest kills there on CSU. CSU now deciding to run over to C, where Frost is their only defender. Here, Trout trailing behind him.
Yeah, Frost seemingly having all those cameras set up ready to call
Mr.
for help.
Roboto might be able to get a op kill here on Nick Toxic. Oh, and he's going to do it, and he gets it.
He gets
Mr.
the
Roboto
headshot.
gets 2. Oh, is he going for a third? mayhaps a third.
Ooh.
Okay, well,
Hey.
he has at least another bullet. He has 2 more bullets. Like, he's fine.
Trout.
As Manhin gets Trout. All right, Mr. Roboto has information. They know they're all on A here. Panda gets 1. Defending
Spike
his
down
sniper.
Spikes down on A.
Defending.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Roboto just being like, come and get it.
Yeah. Please.
I
I will.
You have to.
Yes.
Panda also has it. SOM Cali might get flanked on right here, but even if he does, that's so much good information. Merker is going to get Frost.
So Callie's
SOM
about to go
Cali
down here.
is going to go down, so this is a 2v2.
And
And
he
Mr.
gets
Roboto,
it.
Mr. Roboto is in the 1v1, but now has the ultimate. Ooh, what corner is he going to check? It's a 50-50. There chips in the night, and he gets it. Mr. Roboto, 3 here for his team, 4 in a row. Overall, UNM needs 1 more to take home the series.
Just a little close. Only 25 health left for Mr. Roboto there.
I was never worried.
never.
Your UNM needs 1 in order to just take the series, and it'll be 6 in a row for them. Nida has that op, but no shield.
No ults on the field here.
Yeah, absolutely not. Let's see.
That goes there.
Let's see what happens here. UNM looking for that C push has worked out so well for them before as SOM Cali sending out this drone.
Gonna check those corners.
They see 1 at least, but they knew that because that was who threw out that smoke. SOM.
UNM's gonna do. Try and get as much information before they push. Frost a little split from his team, looking
Frost
for that midway.
He is a little bit split from his team as Mr. Roboto might here look in the wrong spot for Nida.
Don't peek it.
This might be another op war, and hopefully Mr. Roboto wins it.
Fortunately, Mr. Roboto not having the op this time.
Let's see.
But they are rotating A very slowly.
Rotating A, and that's going to be a lot to get through. Nida with that op. Mr. Roboto going to be the sacrificial lamb, and that's a miss, and that's huge for UNM.
UNM now knowing.
Well, SOM Cali does go down here for the 5, trying to just buy as much space for their team as possible.
All right,
UNM
there's room to
pushes
put the
in.
spike down. Spike's going down.
Let's see, as Frost gets 1.
Evens the
There's
playing
someone
field.
up there in heaven. Panda looking. Oh, he's blinded. Mannheim goes
it.
down. Panda
Gets
gets 2.
2.
That's Mr. Roboto actually gets both of them. But now UNM in a 5 or in a 4v2. I think they might know that one person's in heaven, but it doesn't matter. It's a 4v1. It's all over. But the crying here, UNM poised to take it. Unless Marker is able to do something. They see him. They take it
Panda
out.
gets it.
UNM picks it up. 2-1.
What an incredible, what, 5, 6
Six
in a row?
including overtime. They needed, actually, because they needed 5 to bring it to 12. And then they just won 2 more. So, yeah, that was 6, maybe 7 in a row here from UNM. Nida there. Look at that KDA. Huge props. MVP by far for his team. But Panda, Mr. Roboto, and Frost, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th just can't beat that. UNM doing so well this game.
That was a very incredible game from UNM and from CSU. Both teams played very, very well. Very close game.
Yeah, absolutely. A little stumble there in map 2.
Yeah.
UNM kind of getting a little blown out.
Just a little
but
bit.
Absolute banger maps 1 and 3.
And yeah, I don't even know what to say. So there were the plays there. Trout having a great clutch.
Yeah, absolutely. Having that clutch, keeping UNM alive. MVP performance, I don't think I'd actually give him MVP, but
Unfortunately, bottom of the leaderboard. But
clutch performance there by him, getting 3 or 4 in a row. Kind of a misplay out from CSU. So close for them to taking that map, but overall, GG's to Colorado State University. I have no idea who's playing whom next. I think, actually, I just got messaged that next match is Saturday at 2.
all right.
Against Boise. I have no idea if we are going to be casting that, but that is our next match here in Valorant, as we are now 3-3 on the season. It is a round and a half robin, as we play each team one time at least, I believe. It was originally going to be 2, but then that was too many games in a week, and they cut some of them out.
That's
so,
very smart.
UNM now tied in the standings here, 3-3. Absolutely happy with their performance. Anything to add?
No, just great job to UNM Valorant, and keep kicking butt.
Yeah. So please subscribe to all of our socials if you know Valorant and think you might be able to do a better job than us, which I promise you will be able to do.
Please, if you've played Valorant more than once,
send someone here a message, and we will get you on the cast. So it has been a great night from everyone here at UNM. Thank you for watching.